to try to quickly bring down the prices of everyday household items and everyday groceries. And the lever that they are pulling is to start exempting certain groceries from tariffs. That could help in the short term. And then in the long term, the White House wants to cut a bunch of red tape, especially the kind that holds up houses from being built, with the argument being that the current housing inventory has been flooded for several years with illegal immigrants.
The White House says affordability issues stem from Biden policies. Democrats say Trump policies are costing Americans money. Attorney General Pam Bondi just confirming she's appointing a federal prosecutor in Manhattan for a probe related to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, after a post from the president singling out multiple people and entities. This as Democrats in Congress pushed for the full release of Epstein files. Defense attorneys for the man accused of killing a healthcare executive in New York are suggesting ahead of trial that police made a claim they cannot prove.
About a month before the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, Luigi Mangioni's mother reported him missing, and through that, police ended up talking to her after the murder and after releasing pictures of the suspect in Thompson's murder. NYPD Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenney said last December
they reached out to Mangioni's mother in San Francisco very late on the 7th. They had a conversation where she didn't indicate that it was her son in the photograph, but she said it might be something that she could see him doing.
Now Mangioni's attorneys say all discovery provided to them so far indicates she did not say that, and they're asking the judge to direct the DA's office to state, for the record, whether the mother did in fact make such a statement.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A National Guard member has died and 3 others were injured. You've got sunny skies and 69 degrees on Monument Circle. Quite the warm up here in November. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:02. This was in a military vehicle crash. It happened on I-65 southbound near Whitestown today. The Department of Transportation said the crash was near the interchange with I-865. Police in Boone County are looking into this. A chimpanzee escaped from her enclosure at the Indianapolis Zoo today. Once the chimpanzee got out, the staff at the zoo followed emergency protocol and locked the facility down until they found the chimpanzee and sedated her before bringing her back to the enclosure.
The zoo security, animal care, and veterinary teams trained for these scenarios and responded in a textbook and professional manner.
Jake Oakman is the zoo's senior vice president of external relations, and he says the zoo quickly reopened not long afterwards. Boone County prosecutor Kent Eastwood was surprised to provide an update today on a Whitestown shooting case. He was supposed to, rather. John Hayrick reports on why that's not happening.
This is all about what happened earlier this month when a woman on a cleaning crew was shot and killed when she tried to enter the wrong house. A member of Eastwood's staff says Eastwood is dealing with an unexpected family emergency, so that update will now be delayed until Monday, assuming Eastwood has returned to the office as expected. Other than that, they say they cannot give additional comments at this time. Sean Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The trial for a Missouri man came to an abrupt end in Hendricks County today after he took a plea deal. Eddie Jones pleaded guilty to several charges, including resisting law enforcement. In exchange, prosecutors dropped the most serious charge, murder. 2 years ago, Jones was in a stolen car being chased by police. The chase ended when Jones swerved and then hit and killed State Police Trooper Aaron Smith. And rock band Journey is making a final tour in Indianapolis. The band is touring 60 cities on their what's called Final Frontier Tour. Tickets available on Journey Music's website. Performance starts at 7:30 in the evening at Cambridge Fieldhouse. News time 3:04. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Football is back, and so are great hairlines. We Grow Hair Indy has helped former local professional football players get back in the game with full natural hair. You don't have to play pro ball to get pro-level results. Hey, it's Rob, and I knew I picked the right team when I needed a Hail Mary for my hair. I called We Grow Hair Indy. Whether you're tailgating, coaching, or watching from the couch, do it with confidence. Trade the sidelines for a hairline. Get back in the game at We Grow Hair Indy. Schedule your free evaluation today at WeGrowHairIndy.com. That's WeGrowHairIndy.com, or call 317-522-2995. That's 317-522-2995. Enjoy being out and about this fall. Enjoy watching the games in person with your friends with confidence you haven't had in years. And you can do it with a trip to We Grow Hair Indy. 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Tell them Rob sent you.
With your WIBC traffic at 3:05. Good afternoon, Matt Bear.
Hey, Jake, here it is. Check it out. Boone County southbound 65 is closed at 865 from a fatal crash earlier this afternoon. And right now, traffic is slammed back to County Road 550 south. If you need a reroute, this is the one I would take. I would exit at State Road 267. That's exit 133. Then pick up Indianapolis Road into Lafayette Road, and you can get back to 65, maybe 86th Street. You have a couple of options going south. Also, taking a look at the south side, this is a crash. It's northbound 465 at Southeastern 74. Right now, the left lane is blocked and traffic is jammed all the way back to US 31. Delay time there is 39 minutes. Southbound 465 on the southeast side also backed up from the crash site to I-70. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Increasing clouds throughout tonight, and it will be a touch breezy with lows mild into the low and middle 50s. On Saturday, cloudy, mild, and breezy with highs near 70. I'm Wish TV storm tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! It's been a day. We're dealing with a lot of serious stuff here. We got chimpanzees running loose. We got beautiful, nearly 70-degree weather here in late November. But we've also got some breaking news. I'm Jason Hammer. Guy Relford is in for Nigel today. John Herrick, the news director here at 93 WIBC, joins us in studio. Literally, right before we came on the air, John, we received a statement from Senate Pro Tem Rod Bray. Mm-hmm. And long story short, he says the votes are not there for a redistrict vote. Therefore, there will not be a special session called in December. Take me through it.
Well, basically, Hammer, I don't know if you remember this, but all throughout the week and really over the last couple weeks, there's been I've never seen something so hot button topic from one side to the other. I mean, you got one side where you've got an Indiana-based organization with ties to Trump's presidential campaign launching a six-figure advertising effort telling everybody redistricting is necessary. But then on the other side, you've got people like Senator Jean Lysing, who have been involved in the State House for a long time. She joined 5 other Senate Republicans publicly to say, no, we do not need to reconfigure congressional maps. And I think that all has led to what you saw today, which is basically we just do not have the votes. Governor Braun has been saying, let's look at this. We need to look at this seriously. There's obviously people who are very much in favor of it, and there are people who are not. And the people who are not, it looks like they've won the day here.
I'm going to read the statement from Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray, quote, over the last several months, Senate Republicans have given very serious and thoughtful considerations to the concept of redrawing our state's congressional maps. Today, I'm announcing there are not enough votes to move that idea forward, and the Senate will not reconvene in December. So the key word there is the Senate, because Governor Braun, I guess, could still call a special session, but if the Senate's not going to show up, it's kind of a waste of everybody's time.
Yeah, and that's what he has been saying for a while. He doesn't, I don't necessarily blame him here. I don't think he wants to look silly and push this if he doesn't feel like he has enough support for it. So when Senator Jean Lysing came out this week and said she was a huge no, and our friends at the Indiana Capitol Chronicle talked about this, I mean, she just went on a big rant about how I'm not going to vote for maps I've never seen. It's discouraging that we're being asked to vote for stuff like this. And the reason that's important is because she's been a longtime member of the Senate, serving there since 2008, as well as from 1988 to 96, a retired nurse. She works as a travel agent and a farmer. So she's got her tentacles in a lot of things. A lot of people know who she is. And when she said no to it and 5 other Republicans jumped on board, you could see the momentum going against redistricting.
Guy, I want to get your thoughts on this here in just a moment. But first, where can we get the latest on this, John? I know this kind of just came down not that long ago.
Yeah, it'll be up on our website soon at WIBC.com, along with a whole lot of other slew of breaking stories we've had today.
Right.
So.
John Herrick, news director, WIBC. John, thank you.
Not a problem. Thanks, guys.
Good DePaul man there, by the way. There, John
That's
Herrick.
right. Go Tigers.
Look at all this DePaul stuff in studio today. We got jackets. We got alumni in here. We'll get to that here in just a moment. But your initial reaction to Rod Bray saying, yeah, we're not going to do this little special session crap.
Well, my first reaction is it's really kind of interesting from a constitutional perspective because Article 4, Section 9 of the Indiana Constitution says that the legislatures shall convene, the General Assembly shall convene at certain times, certain dates, et cetera, and then it goes on to say, if in the opinion of the governor, the public welfare shall require it, he may at any time by proclamation call a special session. So it's uniquely the authority and power of the governor to call a special session. It's just kind of interesting to me that here the governor has called a special session. He's issued that so-called proclamation, and Rod Bray is looking at him and essentially saying, no.
Right. So a couple different things could take place here. Number one, this is not good for Governor Braun. Now, he's scheduled to join us in studio next Tuesday, a little bit after 5 o'clock. So we will get his perspective on what's going on here with that. But this is a guy that was getting pressure from the movers and shakers in D.C. There's a lot of money, power coming into Indy. J.D. Vance visited multiple times. We'd heard reports that Donald Trump had called in and spoke to a number of people, and now it's not going to happen. This is not good if you're Governor Mike Braun. Now, from a PR perspective here, what does this do for Senate Pro Tem Rod Bray? He's not up for election for another 3 years. He's pretty locked in. But you know my thoughts on this guy. I've always thought he was a little bit of a snake in the grass, a little bit of a candy you-know-what. Is this going to hurt him in any way?
Well, it puts responsibility squarely in his lap because, listen, it makes Governor Braun look like an ineffective governor in the sense that he said, hey, I want to call this to make this go forward. I want to call this special session. And the legislature is basically thumbing their nose at him. But it allows him to say that the only reason we didn't do redistricting in Indiana is not because of me, it's because of Rod Bray. And it puts redistricting and the failure to move forward on redistricting squarely in the lap of Rod Bray. And however you feel about redistricting, you're going to, I would think at this point, hold Rod Bray accountable for that.
And other states have been able to pull this off.
Oh, yeah.
But what's viewed as a very red Indiana, even though there are pockets of very dark blue, they're not able to pull it off. So from a national perspective here, don't be surprised if out-of-state money, like the type of money that's coming in for Bo Bai, but on the Republican side here in 3 years, out-of-state money comes in to try to primary Rod Bray out of his position.
Yeah, exactly. And it does allow Governor Braun to do, it's not dissimilar to property taxes, where he said, listen, I endorsed a particular plan. We didn't have the votes to get that done on the property tax bill that I wanted to see done, Senate Bill 1. That's not my fault. Look to the General Assembly. It allows him to do the same thing, whether people buy that or not, or fall back and say, well, yeah, the General Assembly didn't follow your directive, but that's just because you're not an effective leader, of the Republican Party in Indiana. That's a risk he has. But it allows him to say, I called the special session, so you can't blame me. You got to blame the General Assembly generally, and you got to blame Rod Bray specifically.
But it looks like right now, Rod Bray's got the power, almost more so than the governor does, and that can't happen. Like, I don't know what you have to do if you're Governor Braun, if you've got to be a little bit more bombastic, if you've got to get up to the microphone and start, lobbing some grenades at people here. This isn't a good look for Governor Braun, and I'm hoping we can have this conversation on Tuesday. But Rod Bray is also, and you brought it up, and I'm glad you did, a big part of why we got screwed on property tax.
Yeah.
Like, he was the one that never wanted that to begin with. And I don't have to tell you, Guy, it was Rod that was never really on board with constitutional carry until, allegedly, some funding issues were threatened, and then he changed his mind all of a sudden. Maybe a phone call from the NRA came in and said, it'd be a shame if we took our money elsewhere. Maybe that happened, maybe it didn't. But Rod Bray's been on the opposite side of a lot of popular Republican arguments since he's taken over.
Yeah, and we fought that battle for a lot of years on constitutional carry, and I really like to believe it was grassroots pressure, including from my own 2A project.
Yes.
That got him turned around on that. That may be wishful thinking, but I fully believe it. But yeah, sometimes he's a little, to get him where you want him to be on conservative issues, it seems like there's a whole lot more work than should be necessary. And this is another example of that.
So this is the big story here in Indy. You talk about a Friday news dump, right? Oh, by the way, on behalf of the Republicans and the Senate, we're not going to do that thing that Donald Trump and J.D. Vance want. Have a good weekend, everybody. Enjoy the warm weather. That is a Friday news dump right there. Matt Baer.
All right, fellas, looking at southbound 65 in Boone County, a crash. It is fatal at 865, and southbound 65 is completely closed right now at 865, with traffic being diverted to eastbound 865. The backup stretches from the 865 interchange back to County Road 550 south. You can exit early at State Road 267 and skip the delay. Eventually pick up Indianapolis Road, which turns into Lafayette Road. You can also go eastbound 865 to southbound 465. A couple of options there. Crash southeast side, northbound 465 at 74. We're jammed all the way back to 31 for a 39-minute delay. Southbound 465 also jammed 72-74. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. At Great Lakes Honda of Fishers, it's Black Friday all month long. Lease a 2025 Ridgeline RTL this week and be entered for your chance to win a TV during Great Lakes Honda of Fishers Black Friday sale. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
We didn't even get to the crazy chimp that was running wild at the zoo earlier today.
Isn't that the number one news story in Indianapolis right now?
I mean, we talked about Rod Bray, but there's also a crazy critter running wild at the zoo. Potato, glass half full, glass half empty. Right now, sunshine, just a beautiful day. It's 68 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Guy, I see your big DePaul jacket that you brought in here. John Herrick's a DePaul product as well. You guys got a big game this weekend.
Yeah, the Monon Bell, the oldest rivalry west of the Ivy League, is happening. That's between the DePaul Tigers and the Wabash, whatever, I don't know, I forget whatever they're called.
I think they're the Giants, I believe.
They're Little Giants. Okay, I actually knew that. But yeah, no, that it's an old rivalry. It goes back well over 100 years, and that game is this weekend, and it's always a big deal out there. I think it's in Crawfordsville this year, which is where Wabash is, as opposed to Greencastle, 24 miles up 231 in DePaul University. So yeah, no, it's a big game. I'm actually going at least part of it before I need to run downtown and do my show. I'm going to go to a watch party that's
cool
in Indy.
I'm posting on our social media right now a picture of you back in your DePaul football days. It's wild seeing you with the big, thick head of hair.
Yeah, nobody would pick that out of a lineup, this being Guy Relford, I'll guarantee you.
If you want to see Guy Relford back in his DePaul football days, go to our Facebook and our Twitter right now, Hammer and Nigel, at Hammer and Nigel. Be careful, though. If you look at Guy Relford's football picture long enough, you will get pregnant.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Only person I'd trust to sell my home and to find me a new one is local real estate expert Mark Deedle. Here's what happened with Troy in Connorsville. He considered himself a real estate challenge. Wanted to sell his house over market value, but buy a home near his favorite hunting area with land and no HOA close to anywhere near where he lives. I don't blame him. Miraculously, the Mark Deedle team did it all. They found the perfect new home at a great price and sold his current home in 10 days for $10,000 over list.
Mark Deedle guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Nobody does it better than Mark Deedle. Contact him today, 317-755-4232. 755-4232, or go to markdeedle.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdeedle.com.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
Do you remember what was happening in America? Families struggling, billions in wasteful spending. But Senator Todd Young fought back. He voted for working family tax cuts, and Senator Young voted to crack down on waste, fraud, and abuse, saving taxpayers billions. So call Senator Todd Young at 202-224-5623 and thank him for supporting the Working Families Tax Cut, paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Join us every Friday right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard Air dealer. Nobody cares for you like family.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Rolling on a Friday. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show. I'm Jason Hammer. Guy Relford's in for Big Nige. You can join Nige and I at the big Movember Men's Health event. We're teaming up with Franciscan Health and some of our sister stations around here, too. The sports station, 107.5 The Fan, Hank FM, B105. Mark your calendars. Sunday, December 7th. That's the day the Colts play at the Jags, and our big event is noon to 2 at the Gugman House Brewing Company. So we're going to have the game on TV. We're going to have food, beer. I'm going to be gambling with everybody. We're going to have raffles and prizes. JMV is going to be there. Jake Query is going to be there. A lot of our friends from our sister stations all going to be there at the same time, noon until 2. And here's what's great. This is like the third or fourth year they've done this. It's a bunch of free screenings, Guy. So if you need to get a health screening to maybe get a discount on your insurance, or maybe you just want to get it because you want to get it, free blood pressure, glucose, cholesterol screenings, rehab types of things, pulmonary functions, cancer screenings, lots of Ask the Expert, and it's all free. all free.
See, that's fantastic. And by the way, much like you recently got some Botox injections live at Coach's Tavern.
I did.
Right? On the air. Well, you heard it here first. I have an announcement to make at this December 7th event. The Movember Men's Health event put on by Franciscan Health. Hammer's going to be getting a colonoscopy live on the air, right there in front of a live audience.
Well, hold on.
It will be broadcast on YouTube. This is big news, and it's great for you to go forward and promote men's health like that by having your live colonoscopy. That I put you right up for that.
I don't believe I agree to that per se. But listen, man, if it's going to save somebody's life, let's not rule anything out.
Hey, there you go.
Get a few drinks in me first, and we'll see what happens here.
And flowers in the morning, right?
Right. I don't think I have prostate cancer, but $20 is $20. Doesn't get any better than this, does it, Allison? Dreams come true. But, man, join us. It's going to be fun. Us, JMV, Query, we always have a good time together. Sunday, December 7th, noon to 2, Googman House, the brewing company, and we're going to have a good time, and
That's
it's for
awesome.
a great cause with Franciscan Health. Also, hey, get your butts to the Hammer and Nigel Show merchandise store. We got Guy Relford filling in today. Your Gun Guy shirt, which is such a badass American shirt. It's a
good-looking shirt.
It's available. We've also got these special Thanksgiving shirts. The one that Crystal Hammer, my better half, designed that simply says, "May I suggest the roast beef," with an arrow pointing down, is available. And then the counter shirt, "May I suggest the sausage,"
there you
with
go.
an arrow pointing down. Perfect for Thanksgiving. If you guys order within the next week, I think you're guaranteed to get it by Thanksgiving. But we've also got the new Hammer and Nigel Show trucker hats. A lot of people have been asking about those. Trucker hats are now up there. Hoodies, and check it out. store.hammerandnigel.com. Just go into Google and type in Hammer and Nigel Show Store. It'll bring it up, and a lot of good stuff on there. Check out the Gun Guy shirts, the classic Hammer and Nigel stuff, and perfect gift as we get into the holiday season. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
What's going on? Hammer and Nigel here for your Central Indiana American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro Dealer. That would be Absolute Comfort. Absolute Comfort specializes in these Mitsubishi Electric Ductless Mini Splits. You can mount them on your wall or flush with the ceiling. They heat and cool at very efficient levels. These systems are used to heat or cool specific rooms without ductwork, which actually ends up being a very clean way to heat and cool your house, business, or even your garage.
These high-tech units are how most of the world heats and cools their homes and offices. These Mitsubishi electric ductless systems have advancements that can sense when a person's in the room, and they can warm or cool that room to that person's wishes. It's pretty cool the way that it works. For the ultimate in efficiency and comfort, contact Chris Wedekin at Absolute Comfort to find out more. That's AbsoluteComfort.org. AbsoluteComfort.org. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Are you ready to put joint pain behind you and get to a place where persistent pain doesn't control your life? The dedicated orthopedic experts at Community Health Network are here to turn those goals into a reality. With personalized treatment options that include robotic-assisted surgery, we'll help you feel your best so you can get back to enjoying your hobbies again. Learn more about your care options at ecommunity.com/ortho. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Are you tired of HVAC and plumbing companies with confusing offers? Masters Heating and Cooling keeps it simple. Right now, you can get a full second opinion from one of their Master Comfort Advisors completely free. So you can make your next HVAC decision with confidence and peace of mind. Get a free HVAC second opinion from Masters Heating and Cooling. You can also get an early bird fall tune-up for only $69. Need a new hot water heater? How about $200 off water heater installation 1 or $500 off tankless water heaters. Masters Heating and Cooling. Those are the ones to call for your HVAC needs or those plumbing needs. 0% financing for up to 60 months with qualified system purchase. Call Masters today. 317-207-9983. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-207-9983. Masters Heating and Cooling. 207-9983 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Why Indiana voters won't see changes to their congressional maps before the next election. Sunny and 69 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:30. State President Pro Tem Roderick Bray said today that there aren't enough votes to redraw the districts right now. He confirmed the Senate will not meet in December to consider the issue. The governor said he'll only call a special session if he's sure lawmakers are behind a new map. In Boone County today, a military vehicle crashed and killed an Indiana National Guard member and injured 3 others today around 12:15. INDOT is looking into this now. It was on I-65 southbound near the I-865 interchange. What happened at the Indianapolis Zoo today?
At approximately 10 a.m., a female chimpanzee was seen outside her exhibit. Following emergency protocols, the zoo was immediately locked down and all guests were escorted to secure locations.
The zoo's senior vice president of external relations, Jake Oakman, says their response to this was not long after, and it was professional. With the government open again, things are slowly returning to normal. Flight cancellations and delays will go on for the next couple of days as the FAA is getting their staff situated. Most people returning to work are expected to get paid again by the weekend. Central Indiana's hopes for weekend rainfall have dried up. Ryan Hedrick reports.
The system we thought would bring rain this weekend, well, it shifted east, and you'll see a few sprinkles here and there over the next couple of days. And then
we've got another system moving through, and it looks like for now our better chances are going to be Monday night into Tuesday.
Forecaster Casey Fuson at the National Weather Service Indianapolis says most of the state is in D3 drought, one step below the worst level, meaning agriculture, water supply, and fire risk could be affected if rain doesn't come soon. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And 2 new movies are off to good starts at the box office. Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and The Running Man both made around $2 million from previews. Both are expected to make even more over the weekend. WIBC News Time 3:32. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here. It's that time of year again. The trees are up, lights are twinkling, and it's the best price of the season at Sullivan Hardware and Garden. All of our artificial Christmas trees are 30% off, and these aren't your run-of-the-mill trees. They're the best quality you'll find anywhere. We've got over 120 styles. Every single one is up and on display at our Keystone and Allisonville locations, where you can actually walk through and see how they look lit up. No guessing from an online photo. From 2 feet to 14 feet tall, slim trees, full trees, block trees, we've got something for every space and every style. Plus, we're local, so if something goes wrong, we're right here to fix it. So stop in and kick off the season with us at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, where you'll find the best selection, the best service, and the best prices in Indiana. 71st and Keystone, 49th and Penn, Cicero, and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan and Fishers, or sullivanhardware.com.
With your WIBC traffic at 3:33, here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, Jake, southbound 65 in Boone County still closed at the 865 interchange from a fatal crash that happened around noon today. And right now, traffic is jammed up back to County Road 550 South. You can peel off at State Road 267 or brave the delay and reroute on 865. That's at Matin Traffic if you want to check it out. Westbound 465 slows from Meridian past Michigan Road, and southbound 465 starting to load up with rerouting traffic trying to peel off to that 65 interchange again. So we're stopping go from 79th down to that interchange. On the south side, eastbound, northbound 465 at 74. That's a crash blocking the left lane and jamming us up back to US 31, a delay of 24 minutes. Southbound 465 jammed from 70 down to 74 on the southeast side. That is a 15-minute delay. Inbound 70 down stop and go Emerson to the north split. That turns into southbound 65-70, which is jammed to Washington because of construction. And eastbound 70 loaded from Tibbs Avenue into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with a qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15th. Go to DrexelIN.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Increasing clouds throughout tonight, and it will be a touch breezy with lows mild into the low and middle 50s. On Saturday, cloudy, mild, and breezy with highs near 70. I'm Wish TV storm tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hello, all my friends. This is Brett Michaels, and you're listening to my friends right here, Hammer and Nigel, and they're about to rock your world.
Barguments, 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 barguments.
Come on! Woo! Oh, it's not a Friday if we don't have a little fun. If we don't have some barguments with our pal Dan Bass Levy. My man, how are you?
Doing good. How are you guys?
We're great. I got the gun guy here. Guy Relford is filling in for Big Nige. And Dan, I don't know if you've ever seen Guy Relford, but picture if like Hercules and John McClane's character in Die Hard had a baby. That's what I'm looking at here.
Yeah, maybe 40 years ago, man. Not anymore. Yeah, but great to talk to you though, buddy. I love Barguments. I think the premise is fabulous. I mean, it's the kind of conversations we've all had, and to reduce that to a podcast and a conversation here on Hammer and Nigel, I just think it's awesome. I love listening to it. I can't wait to participate.
I appreciate it. Welcome you being a barguer with us. So thanks for hanging out for the ride.
Tell us what are Barguments and where can we find it?
Barguments is a brainchild of mine, which I'm sure everybody has had. It's an argument that you've had with your buddies at a bar, a barbecue, wherever you guys kind of go around and do the what ifs, what would you rather, the GOATs, top three, all that good stuff. And I've made it into a podcast. You can download it anywhere that you get your podcasts. And if you want to see a couple, they're up on YouTube as well. And if you gentlemen are jolly enough, shall we do a bargument?
Let's do it. What do we got today?
The best Christmas song that always gets played, but you hate the most.
So this is a popular Christmas song that everybody loves, they want to listen to, but deep down inside, you really hate.
Yes.
See, this is awesome. That's why Barguments is so good. It's not just Ginger or Marianne every week. You know, it actually gets into some interesting topics, and this is a great one.
Dan, get us going.
Well, if I have to hear the drummer boy one more time.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Bowie and Bing Crosby are here.
Our finest gifts we bring, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum.
So that's your song. You can't stand it.
That rum-pa-pum-pum every time. It's like a giant nail on a chalkboard just going right through my eardrum.
Yeah, and to get a grown man to sing pa-rum-pa-pum-pum over and over and over in the same show, in the same song. I mean, that's pretty amazing that we actually had some accomplished singers even recording that song. I couldn't agree more. That's a great one.
So
every year someone tries to redo it, I'm like, just put it to rest, please, please don't pick up that copy.
Okay, I will accept that challenge, Bass. Okay, because I dabble in a little AI. I've been a DJ, so I know how to mix. What if I told you I've taken the little drummer boy and I've mixed it with Flo Rida's Apple Bottom Jeans Low?
Apple bottom jeans, boots without fur. The whole club was looking at her.
Yes.
She hit the floor, the next thing you know. Shawty got low, 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 low.
Let's get this mother crow.
That's
it
still
was
painful.
Good at first, but it went away. It's like an SNL sketch.
No, that's still painful.
All right, Miss Allison.
Well, I think mine's a little controversial, so I'm going to go with something a bit more traditional. Carol of the Bells.
Carol of the Bells. Okay, let's hear a little bit of it. Oh, okay.
So I love it live. Think it's great live. Chills every time. But if I hear this in my car when I'm driving, immediate anxiety.
It gives you anxiety?
When it starts crescendoing and then it just goes faster and faster, and it's an 11-minute song, I swear, and it's too much on the radio.
Okay, so do you like the remix of Burger King and Ding Fries Are Done?
Done, ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done. I gotta run, I gotta run, I gotta run.
Is that any better for you?
Run. I work at Burger King.
The anxiety's still there, I think.
Okay. Base, where are we at with the Carol of the Bells?
You know what? I actually could agree with her. If I'm in my car and I'm in a traffic jam and that song turns on, my anxiety is at a 15. I would agree with her, but I still love that song.
It's in Home Alone, I believe, too. Like, you can find it on the Home Alone soundtrack.
Right, yeah, which that is anxiety because he's about ready to face 2 robbers.
Okay, fine. Most people feel like that's like the crescendo. They're excited for it, and Allison's over here going to have a panic attack. Fine. All right, Guy, what about you?
Yeah, no, the Chipmunks. I think it's just called the Chipmunk Christmas Song, and every time I hear those little bastards, it just sets me off.
How can you hate the Christmas Chipmunk song, Guy?
Yeah, well, I got a thing for chipmunks anyway. I hear the Chipmunk song, I'm reaching for a suppressed 22. There's just my immediate response to Chipmunk.
So I will say, hearing that song on Rocky IV when Paulie's in Russia and he's just listening to that for no reason at all does make me laugh every time.
Right. I love the Grinch sitting right across from me. Like, it's a cartoon, kids, Christmas time, and Guy Relford wants to shoot the chipmunks. The gun guy wants to put down Alvin, Simon, and Theodore.
Yeah, they're annoying little critters. That's all I can say.
All right, so I'm going to jump in the mix here with War Is Over by John Lennon. I mean, what a wet blanket for Christmas, right? So, first of all, let's compare and contrast, like, the front men of the Beatles. You got Paul McCartney, probably the popular one, right? And he's got a fun, happy, uplifting Christmas song.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Right?
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
It's fun, we're laughing, we're having a wonderful Christmas. Everybody's having a good time. No anxiety. And then here comes John and Yoko walking in the room, just sucking all the life out of everything with this.
So this is Christmas.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah. Really?
And what have you done?
Like, in my mind, Paul McCartney's looking over at him. John, thanks for sucking the life right out of the room. Like, come on, man. Bass, your thoughts?
You know what? I am right there with you. Every time I hear that song, I'm like, oh, my God, am I depressed?
You know, see, that's the great thing about a bargument, though, because there's always some revelation where you go, you know what? I really hated this, that, or the other thing, or I really felt strongly, you know, in my opinion, but having listened to all of those, I got a longer list.
I agree with you. Until someone brings it up, like Allison with the that song, I was like, I do like that song, but she's right. The anxiety, it does build. I never thought of that.
It does.
From the YouTube chat, the 12 Days of Christmas is getting a lot of mentions. It just goes on too long, right? It's another one of those songs. It feels like it's like 15 minutes long.
It takes 12 days to get through it.
It does. It absolutely does. Bass, my man, if we want to find more Barguments, where can we go?
Welcome you to do so. Go anywhere that you're going to download your podcast. Your iTunes, Spotify, all those places. You can download it there. Or if you want to go on YouTube and watch it, you can do that as well. It's Barguments, the podcast, plus a very fun Facebook page. We have a group page where Barguments are happening around the clock, and it'll let you skip work for a little while and just hang out with us. So Barguments, it's a way of life. Do it.
Check it out. Dan, Bass, Levy, my brother. We'll do it again next Friday.
Later, guys. Thank you much.
Thanks, Dan.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
What's Jeff Saturday up to these days?
Retiring from football means a lot of things for a guy like me. It means more time to pick up some hobbies, like baking, puzzles, and some gardening. It also means pinching pennies. And that's why I look for unclaimed property at indianaunclaimed.gov. Look, it's your money, and they want you to have it. So check indianaunclaimed.gov or text Jeff to 46220 and search now.
Helzberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Helzberg.com for up to 50% off.
Hey, it's Nigel. My wife and I live in a 44-year-old house. We've been in the house since 2013, and the fireplace has never worked at all. We've never even fired it up. Don't get me wrong, it's gorgeous, but I have no clue what to do in terms of cleaning it, getting it hooked up to a gas line. That's where Chimney Solutions of Indiana comes in. Leo, the GM, came out to the house, explained exactly what they were going to do, gave us a bunch of different choices to clean up the fireplace. Then we went to their showroom on 86 and Lafayette Road and picked out an awesome fireplace insert. Check them out at chimneyindy.com or call them 317-757-6979. Tell them Nigel sent you.
Right now at Tom Roush Lincoln, get a 2025 Lincoln Corsair for $4,000 off plus 0% APR. 2025 Lincoln Aviator from $5,000 off plus 0%. Or 2025 Lincoln Nautilus for $4,500 off. Also 0% APR. So come get that new Lincoln at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fisher.
Corsair MSRP 51,720. Aviator MSRP 72,225. Nautilus MSRP 71,60. 0% APR for 48 months on qualifying Lincolns. Good through 12/1/2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
If your dream home includes enough room for family and friends to gather during the holidays or anytime, Joyner Homes can build you the most beautiful custom home right now and ready for you to move in next year. Joyner Homes builds character-rich, smart design homes. Check out their 5-star Google reviews, visit their model homes 7 days a week, learn about their in-home architectural team, and get inspired at joynerhomes.com, where you'll see pricing and floor plans. That's joynerhomes.com, JOYNER homes.com.
Woke radical liberals are screwing up this country, but Senator Jim Banks is fighting back. He backed one big, beautiful tax cut for working families, ending Social Security taxes for nearly all seniors, and taxes on tips and overtime gone. So call Senator Jim Banks at 202-224-4814 and thank him for backing working family tax cuts and putting America first. Paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
Hi, I'm Andy, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a product development manager, I make sure every piece of fine jewelry at Shane Company is meticulously designed for quality. From 14-karat gold chains, pearl necklaces, diamond studs, and of course, dream engagement rings. We know you can get your holiday gifts anywhere these days, but knowing your loved one's gift was crafted by master jewelers? It's a difference everyone can see and feel, no matter the price. All of our fine jewelry begins with a vision by our in-house designers. Then, we ensure each piece meets our high-quality standards every step of the way, including the smallest details. It's why our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive, free lifetime warranty that covers everything and doesn't cost a dime. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend wants your fine jewelry to be nothing short of perfect. Come see for yourself. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Any heating and air conditioning problem you've got, we can take care of you. 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15. Go to DrexelIN.com for details.
Want to be in the room where it happens? Win opening night tickets to Broadway's Hamilton Tuesday, December 2nd. Enter now at WIBC.com for your shot to see the show everyone's talking about.
All right, Matt Baer, what's going on?
Yeah, Hammer, Boone County, fatal crash, southbound 65 at 865, and southbound 65 still closed at that interchange with traffic being diverted to eastbound 865. Reroutes posted at Matt in Traffic. If you want to check them out right now, southbound 65 is backed up to County Road 550 South, so if you want to avoid the delay, peel off at State Road 267. Inbound 70 stop and go, Emerson to the north split. That's a 9-minute delay for those exiting to southbound 65 70. That's jammed. North split down to Washington. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic from Tibbs Avenue into the south split. Northbound 65 from the south side stop and go from Keystone into the south split. Crash southeast side. Eastbound 465 at 74 on the shoulder. Slow back to 31. Those southbound lanes on the east side jam from 70 down to 74. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with a qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15th. Go to DrexelIN.com for details. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Matt, get your butt in here a little bit after 4 o'clock and keep us up to date on what sounds like a pretty bad situation on the roads, but also a pretty, shall we say, busy construction weekend. Can you come in here at 4?
It'd be my pleasure. Thanks for the invite.
You got it, brother. 68 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Guy Relford is in for Nigel today. And Guy, there's a list online of careers that are often unfairly villainized. These are perfectly fine occupations. People make great livings doing these, but for whatever reason, you're viewed as the bad guy if you have one of these jobs. Coming in at number 1, defense attorney.
Hey, I resemble that remark. Yeah.
You were on the cover of like the Indy Star this past week because of the home invasion shooting, however you want to refer to it as, in Westfield. So you were on the cover of the Indy Star. And when that happens, you know, they put it on Facebook, they put it on social media, people start commenting. Boy, the comments.
Yeah, a little hate directed here at yours truly, but it's kind of laughable. And I posted something. Obviously, I'm not going to comment on that case. I'm going to be professional about it, as is the Boone County prosecutor, Kent Eastwood. So I'm not commenting on that case, and people can say whatever they want to say. That's what social media is all about. But I just posted a generic comment, unrelated to the case necessarily, that just said social media, where people with 5% of the information post opinions with 100% certainty.
Right.
And that's really what it's all about. People who really know nothing, virtually nothing, other than the little sliver of what the media is telling them, just voicing opinions with complete confidence, and it's a little bit laughable. And of course, then, you know, because I represent a party involved in that situation, and people want to come out and call me names and talk about why I'm even doing it, other than because I believe in the Constitution. I believe that everybody deserves the best possible legal representation they can get, and that's
what anybody would want if they're hiring a defense attorney.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, plus I've often said, you know, everybody hates defense attorneys except your defense attorney.
When you need one, you want one to be really good at what they do. Yeah. Now, I know you can't go into detail on that Westfield thing because you are vested in here, but when are we going to get more information? Like, are we going to get any sort of charges from the prosecutor soon? Do you have any insight on that?
Well, I actually heard from WIBC on the news driving down here that the Boone County prosecutor had said they were going to give an update on a charging decision today, but then due to some circumstances outside their control, they delayed that till Monday. So I believe there's going to be an announcement on Monday as to whether charges are going to be filed, and if so, what charges.
Here are some other careers that were on that list, careers that are often villainized. Dentists were on the list. Nobody ever has nice things to say about going to the dentist.
See, I disagree. I have a fabulous dentist. I have a dentist right downtown here, and she's wonderful. She's got really small hands. That's what I love about her. And I have nothing but good things to say about dentists. You know what? You may have had a bad experience with the dentist, but that's probably because you didn't take care of your teeth for the last 40 years.
social workers, because some people who don't know all the information, they'll look at a social worker as taking a kid away from a family, but perhaps it might be the best thing for the kid. So social workers are sometimes unfairly villainized.
Oh, my goodness. Go talk to someone who works for the Department of Child Services in Indiana, and what those people deal with, and I think they're heroes. And look, some are better than others, and there are cases where clearly the ball gets dropped. But for the most part, these are heroes that are out there putting their own emotional and sometimes physical health at risk, trying to do right by children in need in this state. And that's just one example. So I couldn't disagree with that more. Some of these people are absolute heroes.
All right, so coming up here in just a little bit, you'll have the news at the top of the hour. Again, the big story here in Indy, there will not be a special session for Indiana Republicans. Rod Bray, the Senate Pro Tem, has said the votes are not there. Therefore, he is not asking the Senate to come in for a special hearing. That's coming up. Matt Bear's next.
Might be a good idea for those of you that have super nice cars but extremely dirty, cracked, and unmaintained garage floors. You got to call Galaxy Concrete Coatings. If you're tired of the epoxy fight, they don't use epoxy. This is better. They use polyurea. It's the new premium standard for concrete coating. So they came into my garage and worked miracles. Or any indoor-outdoor area concrete, check out their website, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or call their office, 751-9070, and tell them Nigel sent you.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Christmas is almost here, and if you're shopping on a budget, you shop at PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Truly unique pieces you won't find anywhere else. And sale prices every single day. At PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, you'll find gold, diamonds, gemstones, exquisite, one-of-a-kind pieces, and incredible local artist designs all within your budget. Your perfect place to shop for the holidays. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg, or online at pajewelers.jewelry. That's pajewelers.jewelry.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Ultra, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Ultra helps Mike fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs, so he can wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere. From dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Sponsored by Armstrong Pharmaceuticals.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the mega stores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, the battle over redistricting in Indiana took another turn, and you'll hear how. You'll also hear a certain vehicle crash that took place in Boone County, and chaos broke out at the Indianapolis Zoo today. You'll hear more on that soon. Those stories next after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
A warning in Venezuela. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News, as a buildup of U.S. forces in the region continues.
Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro earlier today urged President Trump not to get into a, quote, Afghanistan-style forever war. The surge of military forces into the Caribbean is now called Operation Southern Spear, for the Pentagon to make this a named operation, which for the military triggers specific funding authorities and legal frameworks such as combat pay, deployment benefits, and oversight requirements by Congress, and may also affect the rules of engagement.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. The president has reportedly been briefed by Pentagon officials about military options, including possible land strikes. So far, the U.S. has only conducted deadly strikes on suspected drug boats in international waters off South America. Pushback in Charlotte, North Carolina, after reports a federal immigration enforcement operation could begin this weekend.
We will not confuse cruelty with safety. And we will not allow the politics of intimidation to define who belongs here.
City Councilman-elect J.D. Arias in the Chicago suburb of Broadview, state police and sheriff's officers were the ones making arrests today as some protesters outside an ICE facility resisted efforts to keep the street clear. Just getting word that a longtime college football coach shot yesterday in California has died. John Beam was shot in the field house at Laney College in Oakland.
John was so much more than a coach. He was a father figure to thousands of not only men, but young women in our community.
Piedmont Police Chief Frederick Chavis at a briefing just being held. Police are calling the killing a targeted incident and say Beam knew the suspect, who is now in custody, but still no word on a motive. Beam and his players at Laney were featured on a Netflix series in the 2020 season. A mixed finish on Wall Street. The Dow down 309 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Why they said no to this. Sunny skies, and it is now 70 degrees on Monument Circle. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. The Indiana Senate says it will not meet to vote on redistricting this year. John Herrick reports.
Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray issued a statement on Friday saying there are not enough votes for redistricting and the planned meeting for December will not happen. Not long after Bray said that, Governor Mike Braun said state senators need to do the right thing and show up to vote for fair maps. Democrat Senate Minority Leader Shelley Yoder of Bloomington says now that this reckless idea has collapsed, our focus can return to where it should have been all along, on Hoosiers, their safety, and their future. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
An Indiana National Guard member was killed and 3 others were injured in a crash involving a military vehicle. INDOT says it happened today around 12:15 on I-65 southbound near the interchange of I-865 in Boone County. A female chimpanzee briefly escaped her enclosure at the Indianapolis Zoo today. At about 10 o'clock, the chimpanzee was spotted outside of her enclosure. Senior Vice President of External Relations at the zoo, Jake Oakman, says they immediately went to emergency protocol.
The chimpanzee was sedated and returned to her exhibit. Zoo guests were safe at all times. There were no injuries to guests, zoo staff, or the animal.
And Oakman says their response to this was both textbook and professional. State police say a Missouri man named Eddie Jones was accused of hitting and killing Trooper Aaron Smith 2 years ago. Jones was driving in a car stolen from his mom. He swerved directly towards Smith, hitting him and then crashing the vehicle in Hendricks County. Jones pleaded guilty to several criminal charges this week, and prosecutors say they dropped the charge of murder today, and that was the most serious one of all. And Clinton County is hosting a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new county annex building Tuesday morning. The public is invited to tour the new facility in the area of Main and Washington Streets in downtown Frankfort. That starts at 8 o'clock. Traffic and weather in 1 minute. It's 4:04.
Groceries, gas, just about everything you can buy comes with a tax on it. No matter what, the government's always there to take their cut of your cash. Your money belongs to you. That's why Congressman Jim Baird joined with President Donald Trump to pass historic legislation to ensure you keep more of your hard-earned cash. According to the White House, Congressman Baird's vote means Americans will receive a tax cut, saving over $10,000 every year. They'll get no taxes on tips for workers, and families will receive permanent increases to child tax credits and expanded child care access. That means bigger paychecks, a stronger economy, and more prosperity across our nation. To learn more about how President Trump and Congressman Jim Baird are saving American families money and putting money in your wallet, call Congressman Baird's office at 317-563-5567 or visit baird.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Traffic at 4:05. Matt Baer, how's it looking in Boone County?
Yeah, Jake, it's still shut down. That's southbound 65 at 865 because of the fatal crash you were talking about. It right now. Traffic is stopped back to County Road 550 South in Boone County. Traffic being diverted to eastbound 865. I have reroutes posted at Matt Traffic if you'd like to check them out. Southeast side just happened. Crash clear. Eastbound, northbound 465 at 74. Still slow in pockets past 31. Inbound 70 jams up Emerson Avenue to the north split because of the construction on southbound 65-70, and that's backed up from Washington to the north split. Eastbound 70 stop and go for a 7-minute delay. That's Belmont into the south split. East side southbound 465 stop and go traffic from 70 down to 74. Traffic sponsored by Audible. Stuck in traffic? Audible's Romance Collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfy every side of you with rom-coms, romantasy, and the really steamy stuff. Listen free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, thank you, Matt. And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
We'll see clouds increase into our Friday night as lows drop down to the mid-50s. And then Saturday, we are tracking a near-record warm day for our area. Indy's record high for Saturday is 74 from 1971. Overall, high temperatures for Saturday afternoon will be in the low to mid-70s with wind gusts of 25 to 35 miles per hour and mostly cloudy skies. Sunday, sharply cooler with breezy winds still in place. Highs on Sunday in the low to mid-50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! Oh, it is a beer sample Friday. It's a Friday with a lot of news going on, and we're glad that you are trusting us to inform you, entertain you, and all things in between. We are the Hammer and Nigel Show. It's a group effort in here. I'm Jason Hammer. Guy Relford is in for Big Nige. Producer Allison is here. And the best traffic reporter in all of Central Indy, the traffic beast, Matt Baer. My friend, how are you?
All right. Thanks for the introduction, man. Beautiful day in Indianapolis, but bad things happening here. So
yeah, I heard your traffic report at the top of the hour. We've got a pretty serious situation going on.
Yeah, it's in Boone County, and it's this closure of southbound 65, the worst kind of crash, a fatal one. And what had happened around noon this afternoon, a crash with 3 vehicles involving a military Humvee. Took the life of a National Guardsman.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we hate to see that. And 3 other people were also injured and taken to area hospitals. And As with these things, you're going to have an extended closure, and that's what we're experiencing. An evening rush right now is this closure southbound 65 at the 865 Dog Lake interchange is what is known as locally, and this has caused a backup, of course, and right now people are scrambling, trying to get around it, and I do it, and I've been saying this a lot. You can check Matt in Traffic for reroutes. I have a couple of them up there, and one of them involving Lafayette Road, and people that use Lafayette Road know there will be variations of that reroute, so check your map, plan accordingly.
This is going to be a problem for a while.
Yeah, there's no timetable, no specifics on when it will reopen. Police are careful about conducting their investigation, and we appreciate that. But as far as what actually happened, that's what the investigation is for. When we learn that, I'm sure Jake will have it from the WIBC newsroom, and I'll have it as well.
All right, we'll stay on top of that heartbreaking story from the roads. Matt, how are you doing, man? We always like to catch up with you. Matt's on the YouTube camera right now, and so is Guy Relford. I'm not an idiot. I know what you guys want. I got the best-looking guys in the studio with the cameras on them here, and my fat, fugly self is sitting over here to the side, spinning around in Mike Pence's chair.
Yeah, I could be Matt's pudgy grandfather, so no, I'm not putting myself in that category.
Hammer, you've lost so much weight, man.
Thank you.
You look fantastic, and Guy, you always look fantastic. Allison's a beautiful woman, and you know, all four of us are just doing the best we can. That's all we can do is the best we can, man.
The studio right now, if anybody's seen the movie Grown Ups with Adam Sandler and David Spade and Rob Schneider, there's a scene in there where he's got two just smoke show hot daughters, and then there's another one that looks just like Rob Schneider. Guess which one I am in the studio right now.
Oh, come on, no, man. That's not how it is, and you know, it's cool. It's cool.
All right, so construction on top of construction. You sent me an email earlier today saying, can we talk about this? It's like, God, I prefer not to, but I feel like we have to. Like, how much more can they do?
Yeah, be careful what you wish for in this town. I mean,
right?
I was in both Southside construction zones today, the I-65 and the Madison Avenue, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. I hated them both. I didn't enjoy my time at all in those construction zones, and they're tough. One of them was 65. They're adding a lane from the South Split to 465. Then on Madison Avenue, they're taking away a lane. So it's going to be different getting from downtown to the South Side. And what happened is a couple of weeks ago, a truck struck a CSX train bridge, one of the train bridges, and they had to fix it. And with that, you take this corridor called southbound 6570, and you take away this Washington Street entrance ramp, which is very popular, and then you reduce lanes on southbound 6570, and you bottle up two interstates that come in to this interchange, this north split interchange, westbound 70 and southbound 65, and then they bottleneck going south, and it's just bedlam.
Why does it take so long? Like, I feel like you know this better than anybody, because I see the state of Florida, okay? And I know they've got their issues, but when they have a hurricane, I see DeSantis fixing a bridge over the ocean in a week. A bridge over the ocean is fixed in a week. Here in Indy, we joke about it, but we still see construction on the monument that's been going on for like 3 years.
No, I want a summer, just one summer where we have all of our downtown monuments. That's all I want.
Right.
Because if this isn't under construction, it's going to be the War Memorial. If it's not the War Memorial, it'll be a military park.
Something.
We have beautiful things downtown, and I want them to work. To answer your question, I think a lot of times, and this is government for you, this is why more government is bad, is because the city and the state, I don't think coordinate these projects, which is why we have this city project, which does include US 31 East Street and Madison Avenue, and that's tore up. And then you have the state project on I-65, and damn it, if they're going to get their work done and they have the money, they're going to go get their work done regardless of the congestion and the problems it creates for us as commuters. And the second thing is, it's Indiana. In all my life, we've had bad roads. In Indianapolis, since I've lived here for 15 years in downtown, the roads have always sucked.
But why is that? Because we're taxed on everything from, we were told, lottery money, gambling money,
gas tax,
all was supposed to be fixing the roads throughout the state of Indiana. Not just Indy, but the state of Indiana. And I know it's different departments, different funding, but it doesn't matter where you go. It stinks.
We went up right on reds, no turn right on reds. We have those everywhere. I was taking the Southport exit ramp, and I don't want. I'm trying to calm myself.
The question I have, Matt, is on the northeast side. that all those various intersections around I-69 and 465, they've been working on this for, 3 years?
It's been a couple of years, yeah.
And is there any, do you know from DOT, is there any estimate of when that might be done? I can't even figure out what it's going to look like. I go through there all the time, and I honestly cannot even decide what the final plan is going to be. We got to be years out still on that, aren't we?
From what I understand, you're talking about the Clear Path construction project on the northeast side, this makeover, this redesign of I-69 to 465, alleviate congestion, make it safer, yada, yada, yada. It's supposed to be done at the end of the year.
No way.
That one is supposed
this
to be
year?
done. Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be done at the end of the year. And they've had ramps closed up there forever, like Allisonville
Oh, it's
Road
crazy.
and East 56th Street. It's such a pain in the ass, and I get it. People are frustrated. Then you add the speed cameras to that area, so there's one more thing you have to concern with yourself.
I've gotten 2 warning letters from those speed cameras.
Really?
Those things are live and operable.
Oh, you got a warning. Yes. Oh, you got a warning. That's great. I got an actual ticket this last week.
Did you really?
Yes.
From a speed camera?
Not a speed camera, an actual officer.
Well, that's different. I'm talking about the damn camera.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to shed tears over your warnings. Some of us are getting actual tickets over here, guys.
Well, and I look at this, and it's actually got a picture of my car and my license plate, and I'm trying to decide, there's this big-ass picture of my car with a license plate that says gun lawyer, and I'm trying to decide how I can say, oh, no, that wasn't me. Well, I have no idea who that Cadillac was with said gun lawyer on the license plate.
There's another gun guy in town, and he stole my car.
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
Matt Baer, the traffic beast in studio. What is the clip we're going to hear from Supporting Sobriety today?
I can't believe it. It's the holidays already. And holidays are a tough time for recovering alcoholics and addicts. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and my partner, Ryan Hedrick, is a recovering addict. And
your coworker. You guys aren't dating.
Yeah, no. My partner in work, my partner in life. Ryan Hedrick, who does the morning news here at WIBC. We formed this podcast called Supporting Sobriety for the caregivers and the people we tormented through our
Ryan's
addiction.
wife was like, hey, hold on, hey,
what's going on in that newsroom? But holidays are tough. Whether you're in use or you're struggling to become clean of the drug, or whether you're in recovery, because there's lots of emotions that come up in the holidays. But here's the thing. The beautiful thing is we don't have to drink and we don't have to use. One of my moves used to be I get around somebody who I know was empathetic to whatever I was doing. Now, granted, I was a drunk, and I was drunk all the time, day, night, overnight, whatever you want to say. And I'd be like, yeah, something is tight, and oh, this isn't working, or I'm worried about this, and I'll be damned if some money didn't show up at some point, and that was my move, and I feel really greasy even talking about it, it's not my favorite thing to talk about it, but I do all the time, because it was my nature as an alcoholic. Where was my money going to? Well, it was going to the Kettle One Society. It was going to the Patron Society, the Dirty Well Tequila Society, that's where all my money was going to, so I never had any money. Money can make people relapse. It really can. It's why
a trigger for people.
Not only do we have the contemporary what's in front of us, but we just have decades of wreckage behind us, that hit that too. So you go into recovery understanding that money could be a thing, but money ain't going to make me relapse. And that's the truth. That's the honest to God truth. Stay close to your people this holiday season. That's what I'm saying.
Matt, we got about 30 seconds left here, so we got to hit a break. But I always think it's incredible how open you are about this kind of stuff. I know it's not easy. People think this is easy for you. I don't think it's easy, but you're brave enough. You have a big set of what's to put yourself out there, and I think so many people appreciate that.
Well, thank you for the kind words.
No doubt.
The bottom line is the only way we stay sober is to give it away. That's the only way we can do it.
One more time, where can we find the podcast?
It's Supporting Sobriety at any major podcast provider. Please check us out. You can also join our online community at Sobriety_pod. We'd love to have you, and thank you for the airtime, fellas. And Allison, appreciate
you got it,
all.
Matt.
Great job, buddy.
Here in just a moment, we will have producer Allison's Week in Review from the Hammer and Nigel show. We will have that right after Matt Baer has a very important look at the roads.
Yeah, guys, we're looking in Boone County right now in southbound 65 at 865. The dog leg has reopened. It just reopened as we were discussing this a few minutes ago. The left lane is still blocked and traffic is backed up past County Road 550 south. So a little bit of relief there from that fatal crash as far as traffic goes. And Jake, traffic. We'll have the details on that coming up at 4:30. Westbound 70, stop and go. Emerson into the South Split. And then eastbound 70, stop and go traffic from Harding into the South Split. Now we have a crash. It's running northbound 65 in a construction zone. This is 65 after Keystone. It's causing a slowdown. Traffic sponsored by Audible. Stuck in traffic? Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfy every side of you with rom-coms, romantasy, and the really steamy stuff. Listen free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
68 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. And this is the point in the week where we reflect. Producer Allison puts together a completely out-of-context week in review from the Hammer and Nigel show.
There is help out there for these veterans that have suffered just suffered awfully from
Can't get fooled again.
yeah.
We won't be fooled again.
Perilous.
Jeez.
Perilous. Maybe I shouldn't have added the L-Y.
You can just say they've suffered. Because I look great naked.
I do.
It's the horse fault. Kill James?
I like a good bottle of mouthwash.
I don't think we're fat, but I think we're larger. Does that make sense? True. Somebody's going to get hurt if people keep throwing these marital aids. E. Norma Stitz, $50. Which, by the way, I believe is Allison's burner.
We have a physical history with male hands being rubbed about in front of my family, searching me down.
Gobble, gobble, gobble! There it is, the out-of-context week in review. Is This Anything is next.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new 2026 Corolla, $219 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag, title license, 249 dealer doc, 36 months RAV4 model 4432, 39 months Corolla model 1852, 2999 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 11/30.
Barack Obama is back and pushing Democrat-run states like California to rig the midterm elections and put more leftists in Congress. Joe Biden already counted illegals in the 2020 census, but they still want more.
We've watched the Democrats destroy our country.
Now, President Trump is fighting back, and it's time for Indiana to join that fight. Indiana legislators will have a chance to stand with President Trump, level the playing field, and pass fair maps when they convene for a special session on December 1st. Trump's agenda to save America hangs in the balance, and now more than ever, we need leaders with the stomach for a fight. Senator Jim Buck is refusing to tell Hoosiers if he stands with President Trump or Barack Obama and Gavin Newsom. Call Senator Jim Buck today and tell him our country can't afford for him to sit this fight out. It's time for him to stand with President Trump and pass fair maps now. Paid for by Building a Better Economy.
Helzberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Helzberg.com for up to 50% off.
Do you remember what was happening in America? Families struggling, billions in wasteful spending. But Senator Todd Young fought back. He voted for working family tax cuts, and Senator Young voted to crack down on waste, fraud, and abuse, saving taxpayers billions. So call Senator Todd Young at 202-224-5623 and thank him for supporting the Working Families Tax Cut. Paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
What's Jeff Saturday up to these days?
Retiring from football means a lot of things for a guy like me. It means more time to pick up some hobbies, like baking, puzzles, and some gardening. It also means pinching pennies. And that's why I look for unclaimed property at indianaunclaimed.gov. Look, it's your money, and they want you to have it. So check indianaunclaimed.gov or text Jeff to 46220 and search now.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com. This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard Air dealer. Nobody cares for you like family.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Is This Anything is brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, a program presented by the Attorney General's Office here in Indiana. The Attorney General's Office reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, free to search. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Had somebody send us an email, Hammer and Nigel at WIBC.com, telling us thank you for talking about this. They searched and they found like $1,000.
I got $2,500 back.
That's awesome.
And I'm a big fan. In fact, I texted the Attorney General and said, thank you for having this program. This is fabulous.
Seriously, holidays are coming up. Need a little extra cash? Check it out, IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Maybe some of your money is out there. All right, Guy, I'm going to run some stories by you. You tell me if they're anything or not.
You bet.
Is this anything? This AI startup company in Los Angeles just released an app that they claim lets you communicate with your deceased loved ones. They claim that 3 minutes of video that you upload is enough for this company to build a realistic avatar that you can communicate with forever. Here is the commercial for the company called Two Way.
He's getting bigger. See? Oh, honey, that's wonderful. Kicking like crazy.
He's listening. Put your hand on your tummy and hum to him. You used to love that.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, Charlie. How was school today?
It was really fun.
Look who's going to be a great grandmother.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, congratulations.
She says that he's been kicking a lot, though.
Tell her to put her hand on her tummy and hum to him. You loved that.
You would have loved this moment.
You can call anytime.
Is that anything?
No, it's a complete scam, and it makes me mad. I mean, this is an electronic version of the gypsy at the carnival who will bring you in and tell you that they're communicating with your loved one, you know, in the afterworld. It's a complete scam. They're plying on people's emotions, trying to make a buck. And this is literally a modern electronic version of the age-old, centuries-old scam of the fortune teller trying to bilk people out of money because they miss their loved ones who have passed on. And it, not only is it not anything, it actually makes me angry because it's a glorified scam.
I wanted to test something similar out for myself, right? So
Okay.
I reached out to O.J. Simpson, and I asked O.J. two very simple questions. Number one, are you in hell? And number two, describe having relations with Satan.
Of course, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
Now, I believe that. I believe that. I believe OJ's telling me the truth. Yes, he's in hell, and it's horrible to make love to Satan. I believe all of that.
Well, let me put it this way. I would trust Jason Hammer with the AI at his computer before I would trust this idiotic company who's bilking people and relatives out of their hard-earned money.
Is this anything? A new study found that there's a hack for winning the game rock, paper, scissors. So, according to the data, if you tie the first round, let's say you both play rock or you both play paper, try to forget what happened and just be random with your next choice. You're more likely to lose if you base your second play on what happened in the first round. We've got scientific research behind this, guy. Is this anything?
No, because what if both people have read that advice and they're both doing exactly the same thing?
True.
So, no, absolutely. But I have a more relevant question for you. What's the most important rock, paper, scissors game you've ever played? What was the biggest thing ever at stake when you did rock, paper, scissors? I did. I will answer the question first, and I want to hear your answer. I did that for a $372 bar tab one time.
Oh, wow.
Between me and another guy, and I said, tell you what, I'll pick up the whole thing, or you pick up the whole thing. We'll do rock, paper, scissors. And by the way, I lost, I have to admit.
Oh, no.
But did you ever put anything significant on rock, paper, scissors?
I mean, not like that. Like in college, you'd be like, all right, who's going to make the beer run here? Yeah, so we'd have a room full of dudes. There'd almost be a tournament. There'd be like a seated bracket of who has to make the beer run and who's the designated beer bitch. So that's what we would do. So
yeah, this was a celebratory party over a trial that we'd won, and we had a big trial team there and a bunch of people, and we were celebrating. And I lost rock, paper, scissors and had to pick that puppy up.
All right, so you and I are going to play one round here. Okay. So I'm going to go rock, paper, scissors, go. When I say go, you play. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Rock, paper, scissors, go! All right, tie, overtime. Rock, paper, scissors, go! Scissors, baby! Scissors! Come get some guy, Relford! Let's go! It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary and 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. If you're planning to propose this holiday, we're ready to make creating your engagement ring a warm, welcoming experience. At Shane Company, we're all about your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. Explore the widest selection of diamonds and ring settings ready for you to see in person, or visit us at shaneco.com. You'll have your ring in days, not weeks. Our friendly jewelry consultants don't work on commission. There's never any pressure, just perfect proposals. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Approximately 40 minutes.
Taxes was feeling unwelcome. Now Taxes is an open door, literally, to new TurboTax stores. Meet our experts in person.
Hi, welcome in.
They're powered by smart tech and ready to do your taxes for you. Get real-time updates while you go about your day. Confident your taxes are done right. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. NYC opening soon. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Madison County Fairgrounds in Alexandria. The best dealers in the region. Hundreds of tables. Just $6 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Madison County Fairgrounds in Alexandria. For more info, visit centralindianagunshows.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
If you thought the support for redistricting is there in Indiana, think again. You've got sunny skies and 70 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:32. Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray released a statement today saying that he's given lots of serious and thoughtful consideration to the concept of redrawing the state's maps, but he says the votes are just not there. Indiana Governor Mike Braun said he called for legislators to meet in a special session and not be deluded by the Democrats' gerrymandering. Other Hoosier politicians spoke their mind tomorrow, many of them saying they appreciate Bray doing what they call the right thing. A National Guard member has died and 3 others were injured. This was in a military vehicle crash. It happened on I-65 southbound near Whitestown today. The Department of Transportation said the crash was near the interchange with I-865. Police in Boone County are looking into this. All lanes have been reopened. You'll hear more from Matt Bear in a moment. A chimpanzee escaped from her enclosure at the Indianapolis Zoo today. John Herrick reports.
Once the chimpanzee got out, the staff at the zoo followed emergency protocol and locked the facility down until they found the chimpanzee and sedated her before bringing her back to her enclosure. Jake Oakman is the zoo's Senior Vice President of External Relations.
The zoo security, animal care, and veterinary teams trained for these scenarios and responded in a textbook and professional manner.
And the zoo quickly reopened not long after this. John Herrick, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
A football coach was shot and killed at Olaney College in Oakland, California yesterday. Police arrested Cedric Irving for shooting John Bean. And almost $1 billion on the line for tonight's Mega Millions drawing. Lottery administrators said the jackpot should be worth $965 million. Tomorrow's Powerball jackpot is worth $546 million, with a cash value of $255 million. With your WIBC closing bell report, the Dow dropped by 309 points to 47,147. The S&P 500 went down 3 points to 6734. The NASDAQ rose by 30 points to 22,900. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather now. It's 4:35.
BMW, Mercedes-Benz, VW, Audi, Mini, Porsche. Names that mean quality, performance, and usually a dreadful service experience. You know you can't take your car just anywhere, but you may not know you can get the same quality service and parts without going to a dealership. Enter Auto House Merkel. Everything from routine service to performance tuning is handled with care by technicians who specialize in German vehicles, using only OEM parts or equivalent at a lower cost and less hassle than the dealership. Book service now at autohousemerkel.com.
Woke radical liberals are screwing up this country, but Senator Jim Banks is fighting back. He backed one big, beautiful tax cut for working families, ending Social Security taxes for nearly all seniors, and taxes on tips and overtime gone. So call Senator Jim Banks at 202-224-4814 and thank him for backing working family tax cuts and putting America first. Paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
With traffic now, things have gotten better in Boone County, right, Matt Bear?
It's improving, Jake. We are looking at Boone County, where all lanes have reopened on southbound 65 at 865 from that fatal crash from earlier this afternoon. Around noon it happened, but now we're checking out southbound 65 in the same area, and we're stopped from State Road 267 to County Road 550 South. That's traffic left over from the closure, and I also have a crash reported in that area, keeping an eye on that for sure. Westbound 70, stop and go into the north split from Emerson Avenue, and that's delayed 9 minutes. You turn into southbound 6570, that's jammed up to Washington because of construction. That should be over early Monday morning. Southbound 465, stop and go from 72 to 74, and on the north side, eastbound 465 jams after Meridian over to Allisonville Road. Zionsville, it's US 421, stopped in both directions from Little Eagle Creek. A crash reported in that area. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Shop the Black Friday Now sale at Grand Appliance to save on LG and other top appliance brands. Visit grandappliance.com or your local Grand showroom for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And now the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Increasing clouds tonight with lows in the mid-50s. Saturday, we're tracking near record high temperatures with highs in the low to mid-70s. Indy's record high is 74 from 1971. And expect wind gusts to be up to 25 to 35 miles per hour. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Steve Indiana for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hammer and Nigel Show. I'm Jason Hammer. Guy Relford filling in for Big Nige today. Let's go to the hotline. Bring on Rick Snyder, President, Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 86. We always like to touch base with Rick to get his thoughts on things happening in the world of law and policing. Rick, sometimes these conversations are easier than others. Today is one of those tough ones. This past week, you had to respond to a fallen officer up in Delaware County, Corporal Blake Reynolds, losing his life in a horrible accident out on the streets. And you've been very active in working with the family, and the FOP's been very active. Take me through, one, how the family is doing, and number two, what have you guys been doing to help?
Yeah, guys. Well, obviously, it's a devastating impact and just a terrible situation that the family, both blood family, but also blue and brown families, are going through up in Delaware County. By all accounts, from everyone we've talked to, including the sheriff up there, Sheriff Skinner, have all told us that Blake was a rising star in the police department, had a very bright future ahead of him, and was out serving his community and standing in the line and, simply trying to help someone, and lost his life in this tragic accident. And now everyone else is left grieving, but also reflecting and remembering, not just only Blake, but also what all of our officers do, what all of our officers are willing to do, and what they put to risk every day when they put on that uniform and go out and serve their communities. I think one of the biggest things for folks to remember is that on average, we have an officer who dies in the line of duty once every 52 hours in our nation. And that number has held true for the past several years. And it's something that our officers know all too well. And I think what folks have to remember is that every officer, when they raise their right hand and take their vigilant vow, they lay down their life at that point in time. And they're willing to say that the blank check that they write can be cashed in by the communities they serve on any given day. And that's why they humbly say in their oath that they take, "So help me God."
Rick, what are some of your responsibilities as the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 86, when a tragedy like this happens?
Well, with it being in our state, one of the things that we have been working on for the past couple of years, we've had a great team in place that's been doing a tremendous amount of work, and really this last year have really ramped that up to the point that we now have a dedicated response trailer that we call our ARK, A-R-K, stands for Active Response Kit. This is over a 35-foot long trailer that's really kind of a Swiss Army knife for us to be able to use for all kinds of events and reasons, and be able to provide all kinds of resources, including being able to cook food for folks out of it, transport tools to help rebuild lives, but also be a place to gather, provide chaplaincy, and then also really just lodge people whenever we respond to incidents, not only throughout the state of Indiana, but across the country now. And so our goal is to be able to be a resource. Our goal is to be able to maintain good works and meet urgent needs here, near, and far. And this was the very first deployment that we had of that trailer. It couldn't be done without great community partners. Lucas Oil, you guys know the Lucas family and all that they have done for our community and our capital city. But they also provided this trailer for us to be able to equip for these needs. And then Dellin Automotive Group, if you're looking for a car, Dellin Automotives, they stepped up and provided a Dodge 3500 truck to be able to pull this trailer, and we were able to, within hours, be in Delaware County and be serving hot food to Deputy Reynolds' fellow officers. And it really just provided a place for them to gather, to grieve, to laugh, to lean on one another, have some privacy, but be able to be together. And we were able to feed them physically, but also spiritually as well.
And Rick, while we're all grieving and mourning the loss of this officer, how are we doing? I mean, here we are, we're well into November. How did 2025, compare in terms of injuries and fatalities with our Indiana police officers? I know we've talked many times, and you've talked here on the Hammer and Nigel show many times about the dramatic increases in ambushes of police officers and, senseless, literal murders of police officers, and the loss of officers while they're doing things like serving warrants and doing all the other things that put themselves in harm's way for their community. How is 2025 shaping up here as we're into the stages of the year as far as our officer safety is concerned?
Well, our officers continue to stand the line, and they're up against pretty insurmountable odds. At the end of October of this year, Deputy Reynolds was killed in a vehicular crash, but at the end of October of this year, nationwide, we have already had 285 officers shot in the line of duty.
Wow.
That's in like 305 days. So we're still averaging an officer shot in the line of duty. That's just shot, not stabbed, ran over by cars, beat to death, whatever the case may be. Officers shot on average anywhere from every 22 to 26 hours in our nation. The ambush style attacks that we've had 75 officers who have been shot in 58 separate ambush style attacks.
Wow.
Now, as horrific as those numbers are, that's slightly down from last year. It's down about 5%, but the point is that last year was one of 5 consecutive record levels of violence towards our officers. So we're still in those record levels. And it's just like the local Indianapolis homicide rates. When you're talking about numbers being slightly down, we're still at record levels. And as you guys have clearly stated, you're not supposed to set a record every year.
Yeah.
And, but, people say, well, when your officers look at that and they know that people who do what they do, the odds of them being shot are once every 22 to 26 hours, dying in the line of duty once every 52 hours, plus every other kind of assault and attack they face, let alone attacks on their families, their homes, and everything else. What do officers do when they look at those odds? They suit up and they show up and they go back and stand the line the next day. That's why I'm always so adamant about standing up for our officers, because they are remarkable women and men that walk amongst us. And sometimes in tragedies, it reminds us what it is they put to risk and what they're willing to do. And it really just leaves our community standing in awe, saying, where do we find these people? Thank God He has called them to come and stand that line.
Rick Snyder is our guest, president, Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 86. He's also the national chaplain for the Fraternal Order of Police. Rick, we got a couple of minutes left here. I do want to get your thoughts on Indianapolis, the capital city. I sent you a text last weekend. It was actually about 1 week ago today. I went downtown for a comedy show on Friday night with my wife. Comedy show started about 9:15. So we're out pretty late. We're downtown, Helium Comedy Club. Show ends about 11:15. My wife and I are walking back to our car, and I noticed downtown was like a ghost town. And there happened to be another shooting downtown a couple hours later, Rick, but it wasn't like there were a ton of people downtown. My wife and I were walking to our car on a unseasonably warm night. It was like 60 degrees at 11:15 in downtown Indy, and outside of the new country bar from Clayton Anderson and the comedy club itself, nobody had a line. There wasn't a lot of activity. I'm just curious as to your thoughts on the state of downtown right now. Tons of police officers were doing everything right. They were stationed everywhere, but there wasn't hardly anybody out, yet there was still another shooting.
Well, folks in the downtown Indy economic community, business community, they don't want to admit it publicly, but they are they are frightened. They're scared to death of what's going on with the economic impact of the violence that continues to occur in downtown Indianapolis. Right now you'll hear people say, well, it's the weather. The weather's gotten colder, so less people are out. But strikingly, you have just as many shootings that are occurring, so the criminals aren't going away. And what we're finding is that those with flexible spending, they're taking their dollars and they're going elsewhere. And we're seeing surrounding communities that are actually profiting and thriving based on the what's being hollowed out in downtown Indianapolis. Take a good look at Carmel and Fishers and look at their new convention centers up there and their new entertainment areas. And what you see is that those medium-sized conventions, concerts, other forms of entertainment, even sporting events, are moving into that area. And so it begs the question, why is that? Well, take a good look around. As we said, 5 back-to-back years of record levels of violence. It sounds like the shootout at the OK Corral in downtown Indianapolis, just about every weekend night. You see images like we saw this past year with an actual shootout in daylight hours on the circle of Indianapolis. And then you go and you find that your political leaders, your elected leaders in charge, are absolutely tone deaf when they come back out and try to tell everybody, don't believe your lying eyes. This is still the safest neighborhood in the city of Indianapolis.
Right.
Well, if that's true, that doesn't say much for the rest of the neighborhoods in the city of Indianapolis. But it also really highlights this fact that until we get a handle on this issue, and until our courts and our prosecutors start taking this seriously, nothing's going to change in our capital city, and that's why the state of Indiana is being forced to engage on the issue. And I suspect we'll see some pretty assertive actions taking place at the Indiana legislature this upcoming session.
Rick, we could do a whole show on that topic, but we're up against it, my friend. I know you're busy. Keep doing God's work, and tell your officers be safe, and they got support on this program.
Sure thing. Thank you, guys. God bless.
Rick, thanks, my brother.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hamilton is coming. Tickets are on sale now for the Tony and Pulitzer Prize-winning musical, Hamilton, in Indianapolis at Old National Center from December 2nd to the 14th. Get tickets at BroadwayInIndianapolis.com.
Hammer and Nigel here. What's going on? We only work with the best. That would be American Standard Heating and Cooling, because they're built to a higher standard. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome local independent American Standard dealers in Central Indy.
How about Price Point Comfort? Price Point Comfort is a locally owned American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer that will give you the right price guarantee. They promise not to oversell you or pressure you into a bunch of stuff that you don't need, while the other HVAC competitors focus strictly on revenue. Price Point, they strive for customer satisfaction. Check them out online, pricepointcomfort.com. That's pricepointcomfort.com, or call 317-455-1124. James or Tyler, either one of them will take care of you. 455-1124, Price Point Comfort. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
Imagine being the wizard of your own home. With Xfinity, intelligent self-healing Wi-Fi fixes problems like magic. It boostifies speeds to your devices when you need it most, and makes your favorite Wicked content sparklify on every screen. All while a spell of protection helps keep your family safe online. When you're out in Oz, Xfinity Mobile joins Wi-Fi and 5G to keep your phone connected from here to the Emerald City. If you had the most intelligent Wi-Fi from Xfinity, everything would work together for good. And now you can cast a spell to stop time and keep your internet bill steady for 5 whole years. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No contracts or commitments, with amazifying equipment included. Xfinity, imagine that. And see Wicked for good, only in theaters November 21st. Restrictions apply, select plans only. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet.
Fostech is American-made firearms made right here in Indiana. American craftsmanship meets cutting-edge innovation. Their lightweight AR-15s are incredible, and they don't sacrifice dependability or durability. Advanced machining capabilities create incredible products, and they are all designed, machined, assembled, and tested right here in Indiana. Fostech, owned by a family that has served and loved their country. Find a dealer near you or visit Fostech.com. That's F-O-S-T-E-C-H, Fostech.com. Use promo code WIBC for 10% off your order.
Fall is here, and if that means it's time for new flooring in your home, then Brothers Floor Covering is ready to help. Brand new carpet, hardwoods, laminates, and luxury vinyl plank in stock now. Plus, Brothers Floor Covering can get your new flooring installed in as little as a few weeks. Visit Brothers Floor Covering today at their new location, 8550 Michigan Road. Discover why buying local means receiving more, not paying more. Get the flooring of your dreams installed now. Stop in today or visit brothers-floorcovering.com.
We know that around the holidays, things don't always go as planned. That's why Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. So make memories this season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Over 2,000 to choose from. And buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. It includes a 128-point vehicle inspection, plus a free Carfax history report. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. No matter where your plans take you, spread cheer all season long, knowing Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
We have the best technicians in the business here at Family. They'll take care of you every time. 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Save the date. Sundown Gardens Holiday Open House is November 22nd. But happening now, trees and shrubs 50% off. 186th Street and Spring Mill Road, sundowngardens.com.
Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15. Go to drexelin.com for details. WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
All right, Matt Baer, what's going on, buddy?
Looking to Boone County, Hammer, southbound 65, all lanes open at 865, but a crash reported at 550 south that has us backed up to Lebanon. Also looking at 421 in Boone County, all lanes of southbound 421 closed near Willow Road because of a crash. Westbound 70 crash approaching the north split, blocking the center lane, stopping traffic back to Emerson. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with a qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15th. Go to DrexelIN.com for details. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
66 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Guy Relford's in for Big Nige. We got Beer Sample Friday on the way. Top stories next.
Groceries, gas, just about everything you can buy comes with a tax on it. No matter what, the government's always there to take their cut of your cash. Your money belongs to you. That's why Congressman Jim Baird joined with President Donald Trump to pass historic legislation to ensure you keep more of your hard-earned cash. According to the White House, Congressman Baird's vote means Americans will receive a tax cut, saving over $10,000 every year. They'll get no taxes on tips for workers. And families will receive permanent increases to child tax credits and expanded child care access. That means bigger paychecks, a stronger economy, and more prosperity across our nation. To learn more about how President Trump and Congressman Jim Baird are saving American families money and putting money in your wallet, call Congressman Baird's office at 317-563-5567 or visit baird.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Hey, what's up? It's Nigel. Had a chance to stop by PA Jewelers in Brownsburg. such a great, unique, family-owned jewelry store. Huge selection and probably the most competitive pricing on these beautiful pieces of jewelry that I've ever seen. So, guys, did you forget your anniversary again? Trying to impress a lady in your life? Celebrating a birthday? You have to get to PA Jewelers in Brownsburg. They don't mark up their jewelry like the other guys. Sale prices every single day. PA Jewelers in Brownsburg. Tell them Nigel sent you.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Are you ready to put joint pain behind you and get to a place where persistent pain doesn't control your life? The dedicated orthopedic experts at Community Health Network are here to turn those goals into a reality. With personalized treatment options that include robotic-assisted surgery, we'll help you feel your best so you can get back to enjoying your hobbies again. Learn more about your care options at ecommunity.com/ortho. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
The biggest Black Friday sale ever is going on now at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Save up to $800 on top brand mattresses from Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. Indiana-made Smith Brothers of Bern is holding their factory-authorized sale with the lowest price in 2025 and 50% off all Flex Deal and Lazy Boy. Free delivery, cash discounts, interest-free financing. Hurry, sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, why the Indiana Senate says it will not meet to vote on redistricting this year. You'll hear about a crash involving 4 in Boone County, but also improvements in that area. Those stories are coming up next after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
A community in shock. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. Police in California say longtime college football coach John Beam, legendary in the Bay Area, has died a day after being shot on the Laney College campus in Oakland. A 27-year-old suspect arrested earlier today.
In this case, I can just tell you that the individual that was arrested went specifically to the campus for a specific reason.
Oakland Assistant Police Chief James Beer calls it a very targeted incident.
Police say the two men knew each other, but the extent of their relationship is unclear. John Beam was working inside the field house at Laney College when he was shot yesterday afternoon, and a massive manhunt continued until early this morning when the suspect was spotted by police at a bus stop.
Fox's Claudia Cowan. Beam and the Laney football program had been featured in the Netflix series Last Chance U. Police crediting technology, especially cameras, at the college, private homes, and on public transit for helping to find the suspect. Border Patrol agents are coming to more U.S. cities.
You're going to see more operations in more major cities, mainly sanctuary cities, because that's where our biggest problem is, because public safety threats are released every day, and we know it.
But Borders' Tom Holman won't confirm where the next operation is after reports one could start this weekend in Charlotte. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi appointing a federal prosecutor to investigate ties between the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and some high-profile individuals and entities after President Trump made accusations in a social media post calling for a probe. This after House Democrats released emails from Epstein about the president. president.
The president accuses Democrats of using what he calls the Epstein hoax to distract from the government shutdown and other failures. This announcement comes as the House is expected to vote next week to force the DOJ to release files from its investigation into Epstein.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff at the White House. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
You might want to think again if you thought the support for redistricting is in Indiana. A sunny sky and it's 69 degrees in downtown Indy. Tonight's low is 57. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. The battle over redistricting in Indiana took another turn. John Herrick explains.
Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray said Friday afternoon that there are not enough votes to move the idea of redistricting forward, so the Senate will not reconvene in December. Indiana Governor Mike Braun fired back, saying state senators need to do the right thing and show up to vote for fair maps. Senate Minority Leader Shelley Yoder of Bloomington has been against redistricting from the beginning. She says now their caucus is ready to get back to work on real solutions that lower costs, strengthen communities, and make life better for every family in Indiana. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
In Boone County today, a military vehicle crash killed an Indiana National Guard member and injured 3 others today around 12:15. INDOT is looking into this now. It was on I-65 southbound near the I-865 interchange. All lanes were reopened. What happened at the Indianapolis Zoo today?
At approximately 10 a.m., a female chimpanzee was seen outside her exhibit. Following emergency protocols, the zoo was immediately locked down and all guests were escorted to secure locations.
The zoo's senior vice president of external relations, Jake Oakman, says their response to this wasn't long after, and it was professional. Starting January 1st, Indiana is cutting ties with MD Wise. That means hundreds of thousands of families will have to switch Medicaid plans.
And for parents like Diana Bishop, the change could carry a heavy price tag.
They're just telling me to try to figure out what my next step is. That's why I started calling around yesterday just to get some quotes.
She says she works full-time, but
I can't put her on my insurance without it being like almost $1,000 a month.
MD Wise says removing the company from the Medicaid program violates the contract that it signed with the state just last year. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the 10-0 Indiana Hoosier football team take on Wisconsin tomorrow, kickoff at noon. 1 minute away from traffic and weather, it's 5:04.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
You've got WIBC traffic at 5:05. Any updates in Boone County, Matt Bear?
Well, it's cleared out on southbound 65, Jake. The crash did clear at 865, but we had a secondary near County Road 550 South, and that has cleared as well, but we still have some traffic before State Road 267. You should be on your way before too long. Crash clear. Westbound 70 on the approach to the north split. Still stop and go back to Emerson Avenue. Southbound 65, 70 jams. North split to Washington because of construction. Inbound 65 loaded from 29th to the north split, and then westbound 70 going from downtown to the airport. That's a crash after West Street. Blocking the left lane, no delay at the moment. Eastbound 70 stop and go from west into the south split. East side, southbound 465 jams from 70 down to 74. That's an 18-minute delay. South side northbound 65 slows from Southport Road up to 465. Zionsville 421 closed in both directions near Willow Road because of of a crash. In a crash on the northeast side, it's Benford at 71st. Crash southwest side, somebody's hurt in this Holt Road at Kentucky Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Get your home ready for colder temps and the holidays. Benjamin Franklin of Indianapolis is here to help. Everything from plumbing inspections, water heaters, and more. Book now at BenjaminFranklinPlumbingIndy.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And now your American Standard Heating Weather Center forecast.
Clouds increase into our Friday night as lows drop down into the mid-50s. High temperatures for Saturday afternoon will be in the low to mid-70s with wind gusts of 25 to 35 miles per hour and mostly cloudy skies. Sunday sharply cooler with breezy winds still in place. Highs on Sunday in the low to mid-50s. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
Beer Sample Friday. That's how we kick off the weekend officially here in Indianapolis. That's coming up in just a little bit. I'm Jason Hammer. Guy Relford is filling in for Big Nige. And the big story coming out of the state capitol building, Guy, is that the Senate Pro Tem Rod Bray has released a statement saying that the Senate will not be part of any special session coming up in December because they don't have the votes.
For redistricting.
For redistricting. Yep. This is in regards to changing the congressional map. Yep. The governor, Mike Braun, came on this program and said he was in on it. He felt confident it could happen by the time everybody got together. A lot of conversations were still taking place. But today, Rod Bray comes out and says, that ain't happening, at least with the Senate.
Yeah, it's just fascinating to me. And listen, you get Governor Braun in here, twice a month. And so I think a fascinating discussion that you're going to have, I'm sure, with Governor Braun is going to be, what does this say about the state of your leadership here in Indiana when you call a special session specifically for redistricting and the President Pro Tem of the Senate, Rod Bray, basically just goes, no. I mean, where does that leave Governor Braun in terms of his status as the leader of the Republican Party here in Indiana? And I think it's fascinating that Rod Bray is willing to stand up and say he doesn't care what the governor wants him to do. He's not going to have a special session. He's not even going to have a vote because the votes aren't there. That's just fascinating. From a purely political standpoint, that's fascinating to me.
And because most of the people who are in the Senate or under Rod Bray, not all of them, but a lot of them, are just such spineless butt sniffers, they're not going to say anything. Because if you think about it now, if you're somebody that believes in Republican or conservative values, your leader in the Senate that was chosen by his peers has been against constitutional carry up until the very end when he flip-flopped because he was afraid of losing funding from groups like the NRA and others, was totally against you getting good, legitimate property tax relief. One of the biggest problems. Like, this is what I fight Rob Kendall about all the time. Like, Rob was the face of property tax relief here in Indy. This was his passionate cause. He held an amazing rally where people showed up. Keep in mind, Republicans don't do that, right? We go to work. We take care of our kids. We're not to drop everything and protest people. Packed the State House. And that was because of Rob. But ultimately, it wasn't Micah. It wasn't Braun that screwed everybody. It was Rod Bray. He never wanted it to begin with. And his little team of minions and butt sniffers underneath of him were just like, okay, boss. And that's how we got screwed on everything. And now if you're somebody that thought, you know what? Illinois has been doing this for a long time. California's been doing this for a long time. Maybe we should do it too. Here comes Rod Bray once again.
Well, in terms of promoting conservative values and getting conservative legislation passed in Indiana, the Indiana Senate has been the problem for a generation. I mean, I've been fighting for Second Amendment issues, as you well know, over in the State House for a long damn time. I spend hundreds of hours over there every session, and it's never the House. When you go in there with a really good pro-2A bill, a good solid conservative bill, you talk to the representatives and the committee chair that you need to, you're going to get it out of the House because, I mean, they are, for the most part, true conservatives in the House. The challenge has always been when it goes over to the Senate. And you've got some people over there that run as Republicans every year, so they're elected, but you really have to question their politics. I mean, Liz Brown from Fort Wayne, she's pro-life. Other than that, she's just a straight Democrat. I mean, she's a liberal other than the fact that she's pro-life. And then you have leadership in Rod Bray where you have to question exactly how conservative is Rod Bray, including property taxes, huge issue, and now we're looking at redistricting. And look, there's a legitimate argument on either side of the redistricting issue, but for the Senate pro tem to come out and say, President pro tem, and say we're not even going to have a vote, why isn't that just a big old middle finger to Governor Braun?
I think it is, and Braun's going to have to figure something out here because this is multiple times now where it looks like the leader of your Senate is calling the shots more so than you are. Yes. And I get it. You've got to have the votes, right? No one person gets to be king, if you will, to use a popular term in today's vernacular. Yeah, right. No kings, right? But if you got a Republican governor, if you got a Republican Senate, if you got a Republican lieutenant governor, you guys should pretty much all be on the same page here. It's been a train wreck so far getting these guys to work together for one reason or the other. And Johnny Tough Guy there in the Senate, he's still got 3 more years. So if you're ticked off at Rod Bray and say, let's primary this clown, let's get some national money, because this has to tick off the folks in Washington, right? Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, because if they lose the midterms now, Trump knows the House is going to impeach him unless they probably fight fire with fire, unless they do the exact same things other states are doing. But Rod Bray's not going to do that.
Yeah,
gutless.
Yeah, hypothetical. We lose the midterms. We lose the majority in the House by 1 seat in the midterms, and Indiana didn't redistrict.
Right.
What's the political fallout from that? Interesting hypothetical.
And it cracks me up when people are like, you would be mad if the left did it. The left has been doing it. They've been doing it for a long time. I'm so tired of some of these nerds, and that's what they are. Some of these nerds. I just want to do the right thing. I want to be moral. I want to go to bed tonight and feel good. I want to win. Yeah. I want to win. I want to fight back. I'm an eye for an eye type of dude. If you're not, okay, that's fine. We can have that discussion. But if Illinois is going to get squirrely, screw it. Let's get squirrely too. But that's not what's going to happen here. And some people are all right with that. And that's weird to me.
I'm a big fan of letting your opponent set the rules, right? In the sense that I was playing football. If somebody, unnecessarily give me a knee to the crotch, I was playing football, or somebody, punches me in a pile after a play's over, I would always just look at them and say, okay, you just dictated the rules. You just set the rules. You want to play that way? All right, we're going to play that way, and I'm going to be better at it than you are.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what we're looking at here.
It's called in-game adjustments. Yeah. It's rules of engagement. But I want to do the right thing. Bite me. I want to win. Like the people like me, we want to win. We're tired of being pushed around and feeling virtuous on Facebook and Twitter. That sucks. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And right now, what's happening in Indiana, I think it sucks.
And have you seen the district maps in Illinois and California and New York, New Jersey? I mean, you have to laugh out loud when you see the way these things are gerrymandered.
That's why it was so comical when Governor Fat Pig over there was trying to give us a finger wagging.
Right, exactly.
Miss Allison, can I get some mood music, please?
If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I got the rap patrol on the patrol.
All right, Allison, yes or no? If Jay-Z were to walk in the studio right now, would Guy Relford know who it was?
No.
I would know who Jay-Z is because I've seen him sitting at courtside at enough basketball games.
Okay.
That is the only reason why I would know who Jay-Z is.
I apologize.
Because I've seen him at sporting events with, Beyonce, right?
And for a while, and he might still be, he was a minority owner for the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And he with Beyonce?
Yes.
See, I just passed my popular culture quiz for the day.
I stand corrected.
And as the resident old guy, I say I did pretty well.
The reason we're asking, the reason we're playing, 22 years ago today, Jay-Z dropped the album that had that song, 99 Problems. I think it's the signature song of Jay-Z. But what if I told you we have a way for you to listen to that song from the Beach Boys. Would that interest you?
You bet.
If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. 99 problems, but a ain't one. 99 problems, but a ain't one. Got some 99 problems, but a ain't one. 99 problems, but a ain't one.
So that's what it would sound like if the Beach Boys did Jay-Z's iconic hit 99 Problems. And as Matt Baer once told us from the traffic department, he's got 99 problems, but ditch ain't one.
99 problems, but ditch ain't one. Looking at Boone County right now, and things are getting better in Boone County on 65 at least. Southbound 65 still a little slow from 267 down to Whitestown Parkway. That's from a series of crashes. All of those have cleared. Looking at 421 in Zionsville, southbound lanes, northbound lanes both closed near Willow Road because of a crash. Northwest side southbound 465 stop and go traffic 71st past Crawfordsville Road. This slows down eastbound 74 from Dandy Trail into the 465 interchange. Westbound 70 jams up from Emerson Avenue to the North Split. A 14-minute delay because of construction on southbound 6570, which is jammed from the North Split down to Washington. Inbound 65 stop and go MLK to Meridian Street, and eastbound 70 cooled off, still a little bit slow from West Street into the South Split. East side southbound 465 stop from 7274. That's an 18-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Heading out to high school football games tonight, man, enjoy it. This is like unseasonably warm for the second Friday in a row. High school football fans, you've had amazing weather this year. Tonight should be no different. It's 64 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. And we need you guys to go over to the YouTube page, WIBC's YouTube page. We need some likes, okay? So we need about, 80 people. Let's say 80 folks from now until the end of the show. Get over to WIBC's YouTube page. If we can get 80 more thumbs up, we'll have either producer Allison come on the camera and wave to you guys. I know you like Allison. Or I will arm wrestle Guy Relford on the YouTube camera. Narrator, it's not going to go well for me. So whatever you guys are into, we need some traffic. Okay, let's set a goal here. How about 150? That's where we need to be. 150 on the WIBC YouTube page. Give us a like, jump in the chat, see the live cameras. We'll have a little treat for you if we get there by the end of the show. 150 is the goal. Get your happy butts there right now.
I had a great experience with Window Nation. They came to my house within a day, ripped out all my old cracked, drafty windows in the front of my house, installed brand new ones, left my house cleaner than it was before the install. There's a reason why Window Nation was recently ranked highest on Forbes' list of best window installation companies. It's because they are the best, and right now they have an absolute killer deal.
It is on like Donkey Kong. Window Nation's end of the year sale through November. 50% off all window styles. Half off. 0 interest financing for 5 years. I'm telling you, these windows are a game changer. I'm a customer. Window Nation's the best in the business. An A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. And right now, half off. 866-90-NATION. At least talk to somebody. Walk through the pricing. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com, but you have to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Do you remember what was happening in America? Families struggling, billions in wasteful spending. But Senator Todd Young fought back. He voted for working family tax cuts, and Senator Young voted to crack down on waste, fraud, and abuse, saving taxpayers billions. So call Senator Todd Young at 202-224-5623 and thank him for supporting the Working Families Tax Cut. Paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new 2026 Corolla, $219 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, 249 dealer doc, 36 months RAV4 model 4432, 39 months Corolla model 1852, 2999 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 11/30.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family heating and air.
Maintenance is going to drastically increase the efficiency and performance of your system. It's also going to significantly improve the longevity of it. People think that they are saving money by skipping their maintenance, and in reality, they're just shaving years off the life and increasing the consumption of that unit, spending a lot more in the long term.
Get your tune-up today at Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
What's Jeff Saturday up to these days?
Retiring from football means a lot of things for a guy like me. It means more time to pick up some hobbies, like baking, puzzles, and some gardening. It also means pinching pennies. And that's why I look for unclaimed property at IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Look, it's your money, and they want you to have it. So check IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Jeff to 46220 and search now.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer. Nobody cares for you like family.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
All right, so normally Big Nige runs a couple things by me. With him being unavailable, him being out, Guy Relford's in. Let's turn the keys to producer Allison. Allison, you're going to host this. You run these stories by me. I'll get Guy in the mix. Let's roll.
I love it. A 21-year-old woman in Florida, was caught up super speeding at 107 miles per hour last Thursday. When asked why she was driving so fast, she said she was trying to make it to Little Caesars before they closed. And I believe we have audio of her explaining herself.
There's a Little Caesars up the street from my house and where I was going to go jogging. And so I was speeding and it closed at 12. So I literally had like 15 minutes to get there. It didn't even feel like 107. It's just like I was driving to get to, I was hungry. When they pulled me over, I'm like, oh my God, am I getting pulled over? And by the time I get to look to the back, he's already like, I didn't even get to go like into a gas station. I didn't even pull over. He literally got me in the middle of the road and I was like going at a green light. And he got to my window and was like, get out.
Okay, Hammer, are you okay with this?
You know what? I am okay with this. You guys can sit here and act like you're high and mighty all you want. But as somebody who is fresh off of a speeding ticket, I feel like it'd be hypocritical if I said that I don't, condone speeding or whatever. And let's be honest, Little Caesars is good. You know what? That's a hot take. Everybody wants to, bash on it. Cheap pizza, whatever. Crazy bread and cheese sauce, delicious. Hot and ready pizzas for a low price, good. It's Jacob Hammer's favorite type of pizza. Like, he would rather have Little Caesars than pretty much anything. So I will defend Little Caesars. I will defend this woman. I'm okay with it, Guy.
Well, if it's 107 and a 30, we might have to talk to her about that. if it's out on the interstate.
You don't love Crazy Bread the way she does, Guy.
And I can't be too much of a hypocrite on this because as somebody who drives a car that it's kind of built to exceed the speed limit, I've been known to do that a few times, and I have a really good radar detector, which helps a lot. So I
need that.
I don't. Yeah, apparently you do, but I don't want to be a hypocrite here, and because I tend to drive a little quicker than perhaps the speed limits might be posted.
Okay. All right.
All right. How about this one? It's the holiday season, so this is a time when advertisers, of course, take beloved Christmas songs we love and change the lyrics so that they can sell products to us. And we have the perfect example. You can step aside Jingle Bells because Audi has cars to sell.
Turbo sings, quattro cleans, racing all the way.
I already made it.
Oh, what fun it is to drive when an Audi leads the way.
Okay, I think you can stop it right there.
All right, Hammer. Are you okay with this?
I am okay with this.
Oh, come on.
This is just a marketing version of Hammer and Nigel Records, right? Again, I feel like I'd be a hypocrite if I said, how dare you take a popular song and put your own twist on it? We do that all the time. It's Hammer and Nigel Records. And you know what? Sometimes you remember these things that way. Around the holidays, people are in the spirit. And now when you hear, dashing through the snow, I'm going to think about an Audi. You know what? I'm a sucker. I'm bought in. I'm okay with this.
No, you do this for entertainment purposes, so you have a pure license to do that,
and it's
which
good.
is absolutely okay. This is for purely greedy commercial purposes, and the answer is no. I'm not okay with this. This is disgusting. I don't like it. And besides, we're inundated with too much with Christmas music anyway, starting about now through the end of the year. And now we got to listen to it during commercials, too. And
I'm just happy it wasn't the Chipmunk song, as we found out earlier.
That would be a major problem, as we've already discussed. But they're going to bastardize even the legitimate Christmas songs? No, I have a problem with that.
All right. Since we got Guy Relford here, one of the things we like to do is make him work for free.
Hell yeah.
You, the listeners of this program, you're about to get rewarded. We've got the best 2A attorney, I think, in all of America, most certainly Indiana, but in all of America, and the host of the Gun Guy Show, a firearms instructor, a man who has written laws into the books here in the state of Indiana, Guy Relford. We're going to do a round of Ask the Gun Guy. So if you've got any questions 2A related, even hypothetical situations like, when can I shoot somebody if they break into my house? Is it wrong to point a gun at my cat? I don't know. Whatever you got. 239-9393. Any question. If you can stump Guy Relford, congratulations, but I don't think you can. 239-9393. Your 2A gun-related questions answered by the best in the biz, the GOAT, Guy Relford. That's coming up next.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
There are not enough votes on redistricting. What else? Sunny skies and 68 degrees in downtown Indy. Lows tonight in the mid to upper 50s. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:30. Well, the planned meeting for December will not happen either. That's what Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray issued in a statement today. Not long after he said that, Indiana Governor Mike Braun said state senators need to do the right thing and show up to vote for fair maps. Democrat Senate Minority Leader Shelley Yoder of Bloomington said, now that this reckless idea has collapsed, our focus can return to where it should have been all along on Hoosiers, their safety, and their future. An Indiana National Guard member was killed and 3 others were injured in that crash. INDOT says it happened today around 12:15 on I-65 southbound near the interchange of I-865 in Boone County, and lanes have reopened. A female chimpanzee briefly escaped her enclosure at the Indianapolis Zoo today. Here's John Herrick.
At about 10 o'clock, the chimpanzee was spotted outside of her enclosure. Senior Vice President of External Relations at the zoo, Jake Oakman, says they immediately went into emergency protocol.
The chimpanzee was sedated and returned to her exhibit. Zoo guests were safe at all times. There were no injuries to guests, zoo staff, or the animal.
Oakman says their response to this was both textbook and professional. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
College football coach John Beam has died after he was shot in Oakland, California yesterday. It was on the Laney College campus. Police say Cedric Irving Jr. was arrested after he shot Beam, and they say they knew each other. And the fight for the NBA Cup heats up tonight with several big matchups on the schedule. Look out for the Miami Heat taking on the New York Knicks at 7 Eastern. The Detroit Pistons taking on the Philadelphia 76ers at 7:30 Eastern. The Houston Rockets playing the Portland Trail Blazers at 8 Eastern. And the Golden State Warriors taking on the San Antonio Spurs at 9:30 Eastern. All of them happening tonight. News time, 5:32. How are things looking in Boone County, Matt Bear?
All traffic's cleared there. East side, westbound 70 jams. Emerson Avenue to the north split. That's an 18-minute delay. Southbound 65-70 stop and go traffic. North split down to Washington Street. That's a construction zone. Same with northbound 65 stop and go Raymond Street up to the south split because of construction. West side crash. Southbound 465 at 38th Street. It's on the right shoulder. Stop and go traffic back to 71st for a 13-minute delay. East side southbound 465 jammed from 72-74, a 15-minute delay. Serious crash on the west side. This is 16th Street west of Tibbs Avenue. Entrapment is reported. Eastbound 465 on the northeast side. Stop and go traffic after Meridian over to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with a qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15th. Go to drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
We are tracking a quiet Thursday night with partly cloudy skies and light winds. Low temperatures will fall into the upper 30s. Friday to end the work week will be a nice one for us with partly sunny skies, light winds, dry air, and high temperatures that'll be above normal for this time of the year.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I love it when we have Guy Relford in here because as much of a tough guy as Guy is, Nigel and I usually bully him into working for free for a little bit here.
Completely true.
It's time for Ask the Gun Guy. Your 2A questions answered by the best 2A attorney in the United States. Just keep your stuff as brief as possible so we can get to as many calls as we can. And once again, for full transparency, it's not a big secret. Guy, you are part of this Westfield home invasion shooting.
Whitestown, yes, sir.
Whitestown, I'm sorry,
Yep.
Whitestown. So you cannot really go into details on that. I know it's a high-profile case. You can't really get into specifics, but if somebody wants to talk about something similar or the Castle Doctrine, you can do that, right?
No, I can always explain what the law says. I just can't make any specific statement about that case.
Okay, so there you go. Justin is up first. Justin, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hi. I had a question. Are you legally allowed to sell your own personal handgun to anyone else, that was wanting to buy it legally? Just by, signing a paper and with a witness?
Well, yeah. I mean, Indiana doesn't put any restrictions on the ability to sell a gun to another private individual, except that you can't knowingly sell a gun, a handgun to someone under 18, and you can't knowingly transfer any firearm to someone who you know to be a prohibited possessor who can't buy their own gun from a dealer. So if somebody has a felony conviction or they're been convicted of a crime of domestic violence or something along those lines, but as long as you don't knowingly transfer a gun to someone who's either under 18 or is a prohibited possessor themselves, then you can sell a gun to another private individual and do that like you could sell a couch or a toaster.
All right, let's go to Jeff. Jeff, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. We got Guy Relford here.
Hey, wow, I made it through. I got one for you. So, how do you fight an order of protection from out of state, but where the judge literally told me for no explicit reason that I wasn't able to purchase or possess a firearm?
Well, I mean, the time to fight that was when they scheduled a hearing on the order of protection. You show up and you fight it, and you convince the judge, or you hire an attorney to help you do this, that order of protection should not be entered. The fact that the order's already been entered, like here in Indiana, a domestic violence order of protection typically expires after 2 years. And I don't know what state this came out of, or what the context of your question is geographically. But here in Indiana, if you get an order of protection issued against you, you either have to wait for it to expire, or you can ask the court to schedule another hearing. Let's just say you didn't get notice of the first hearing, or you couldn't make it there for some reason. You may be able to convince the court to grant another hearing where you can go back and fight it. But for the most part, once you get a domestic violence order of protection issued against you, then for the term of that order, like I said, here in Indiana, they're typically for 2 years, you cannot possess a firearm. And the only way to do that is to figure out some way to perhaps get that judge to rescind that order, depending on the law of the jurisdiction you're talking about.
Guy from the YouTube chat, which, by the way, we need 28 more people to give us a like, give us a thumbs up.
Let's go.
Come on, we got Guy Relford working for free here. If that doesn't warrant a thumbs up on the YouTube chat, I don't know what does. Daniel writes, to the gun guy, my daughter is in prison for drug dealing. When she gets out, will she be able to stay at my house because of the firearms that I have?
Yeah, no, for two reasons. One, in all likelihood, she'll be on probation when she gets out. And a term of probation here in Indiana is always going to say that there cannot be any firearms in the house where she lives. Secondly, if it's a felony conviction, which I assume it is since she's actually doing prison time, then she can't have either actual or constructive possession of a gun while she has a felony conviction. And having access to guns in the home would count as constructive possession, where she could go back to jail for now being a felon in possession of a firearm. And what constitutes, access and constructive possession gets a little more complicated, and I won't go into that right now. But the primary issue is virtually every probation order you're ever going to see is going to say there can't be any firearms where the person lives during probation. So that's going to be a big problem. And so the short answer is about 99%, probably not.
Ryan is up next. Ryan, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. Guy Relford's here.
Hey, thanks. Yes, I have a question about Indiana law on guns. I wanted to see if it is illegal in Indiana, or specifically Hendricks County, if you know, to carry my firearm into a bar while consuming alcohol.
Oh, 100%. And there's so much misinformation on this. In fact, I've seen people Google this and get some ridiculous AI response that says, "Oh no, it's illegal." No, Indiana has no law against consuming alcohol while in possession of a firearm. Indiana has no law against possession of a firearm in a establishment that serves alcohol. Indiana doesn't even have a law that prohibits possession of a firearm while you're intoxicated. So if you're driving home, not you, but someone hypothetically is driving home, stone dead drunk, and gets pulled over and they've got a gun in the car, they're going to jail for OWI, or what a lot of people call DUI. But there's no separate crime for having a gun while they were drunk. So Indiana doesn't have those laws. So and I frankly like that. I mean, I always carry a gun everywhere I can legally carry a gun. I'm sitting here carrying a gun right now. We're going to have beer sample Friday, and I'm going to consume a beer with Hammer here in a minute, and I'm not breaking any law in Indiana. So that's an important fact to know.
William is up next. William, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. Guy Relford is here. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm a felon, and I always wondered if I was in a situation where I seen somebody committing an armed robbery and I was to disarm them and take that firearm away from them, would I be charged with that firearm as a felon?
Oh, so well, hold on. So you're a felon, and
Correct.
you stop a robbery and take the gun away from them, and you then, hold that gun on them.
Yes. So
Yeah.
would I then be in trouble for possessing a firearm as a felon?
Yeah, I'll give you a two-part answer. One is technically, if you're in possession of a firearm as a felon, that's against federal law. If you're a serious violent felon, that's also against Indiana law. So the short answer is, are you subject to being prosecuted for that because you're in possession of a gun as a felon? Yes. Separate question is, are you likely to be prosecuted? I mean, a lot of prosecutors are, county prosecutors are elected officials. They're not looking to, upset people, and they don't necessarily want to turn heroes into criminals. And so there's a separate question of whether you'd be prosecuted. But would you technically be...
What if it's Ryan Mears in Marion County?
Yeah, you're probably going to jail.
And that sucks. I think that sucks.
If he's a serious violent felon, which then would break Indiana law, violate Indiana law. So, you cannot possess a firearm as a felon under both state and federal law. Indiana, again, is restricted to serious violent felons.
John is up next. John, welcome to the show. Guy Relford's here.
Guy, I know a friend of mine received a gifted AK-47 that was a war trophy, and it's a fully automatic weapon.
Oh, okay.
It's been demilled slightly, but he wants to know if it's possible for him to sell that weapon.
But it's still full auto. Is that right?
Yes, but it's been slightly demilled.
Demilitarized, you mean? I don't know what slightly means. If it's still capable of full auto fire, in other words, you pull the trigger and you get more than one bullet, then it has to have been registered as an NFA item, as a fully automatic firearm. And if it's not, that person ought to think of it exactly like 2 kilos of cocaine. Right? In other words, right. if you found 2 kilos of cocaine in Grandpa's basement,
or let's say the Situation Room at the White House, I don't know.
But I mean, because I get this question all the time as part of my practice. Because somebody comes in my office with a gym bag and they open it up and there's a guy came in with this beautiful Sturmgewehr 44, a assault weapon, quote unquote, from World War II, fully automatic. And it was the thing, if transferable, was worth like $40,000-$50,000, but it had never been registered. And he was heartbroken. I said, it's not registered. It's contraband. It's illegal to possess this thing. And he said, what? I can't sell it? I go, well, you can, but not legally. And that's where I said, think of it like 2 kilos of cocaine. If you found 2 kilos of cocaine in Grandpa's basement, could you sell it? Sure. But if you sell it to a DEA agent, you're going to do 10 years in prison. And if you get caught selling a fully automatic firearm that's unregistered, you're going to go do some jail time. So people have to make their own decisions.
We got one more here. Edward, welcome to the show. Guy Relford's here.
Thank you. Guy, I wanted to ask you a question about open carry and closed carry. I'm a little confused about, do I need a license to carry a gun, concealed or not concealed?
No, under constitutional carry, as we passed in 2022, constitutional carry applies to both open and concealed carry. And there's a lot of bad information out there on this, too. You go Google this and all kinds of ridiculous crap will come up. But the bottom line is constitutional carry, which means you can carry, as long as you're not prohibited by state or federal law from possessing a firearm, you can carry a handgun either openly or concealed without a license in Indiana, as long as you're 18 and over.
Great group of calls. Appreciate you guys.
Great questions.
We are 7 thumbs up away. If we get to 150, again, we'll bring Allison on the camera and make her crack a beer with us on Beer Sample Friday.
Now we're talking.
But time's a factor, because Beer Sample Friday is next.
Barack Obama is back and pushing Democrat-run states like California to rig the midterm elections and put more leftists in Congress. Joe Biden already counted illegals in the 2020 census, but they still want more.
We've watched the Democrats destroy our country.
Now, President Trump is fighting back, and it's time for Indiana to join that fight. Indiana legislators will have a chance to stand with President Trump, level the playing field, and pass fair maps when they convene for a special session on December 1st. Trump's agenda to save America hangs in the balance, and now more than ever, we need leaders with the stomach for a fight. Senator Jim Buck is refusing to tell Hoosiers if he stands with President Trump or Barack Obama and Gavin Newsom. Call Senator Jim Buck today and tell him our country can't afford for him to sit this fight out. It's time for him to stand with President Trump and pass fair maps now. Paid for by Building a Better Economy.
Hey, my wife and I love all the furniture we've received from Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, whether it's outdoor patio furniture, whether it's our Tempur-Pedic mattress. They got a big Black Friday sale going on right now. It's huge. Save up to $800 on top brand mattresses from Tempur-Pedic, Stearns and Foster and Sealy. Indiana-made Smith Brothers of Bern is holding their factory-authorized sale with the lowest prices in 2025. Free delivery, cash discounts, interest-free financing. Sale ends Monday.
Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Free delivery and setup if you live within 75 miles of their store. And what I love about these guys is that, yes, it's owned and operated by the same family since 1927. They love doing stuff in the community, but they love our listeners. They love the Hammer and Nigel show. They take care of us, so you guys take care of these guys. Next time you need a love seat or a Tempur-Pedic mattress, you name it, the place to go is Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Spencer and the gang will take care of you. Make sure you tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Sundown Gardens Big Fall Sale is now at maximum savings. Come shop the nursery to save now on adding trees and shrubs to your landscape. Whether you're adding shade, color, or curb appeal, fall planting helps trees and shrubs root in for the winter, and they'll thrive next spring. The best part? All nursery items at Sundown are now 50% off. That's half off container trees and shrubs. Shop now and save at Sundown Gardens, located on the corner of 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield. SundownGardens.com.
Guys, don't propose with a ring that she didn't pick out. Trust us, she already has a ring in mind. So engage with Gage Diamonds, in person or online, where Gage's skilled ring designers will work with her to create the perfect setting, matched with the perfect stone. Gage specializes in exquisite lab-grown diamonds. Financing available. GageDiamonds.com. We're engagement's middle name.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Fresh Time Market, where quality meets savings every day. Fresh produce, meat, and more. Fresh Time Market. Healthy living for less.
Did you get a heating and air conditioning quote that you're just not sure of? Give us a call for a free second opinion.
317-577-8077 for Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Join us for Downtown Indy Alliance's 63rd Annual Circle of Lights, presented by IBEW Local 481, Friday, November 28th. With live entertainment featuring acts from ISO's Yuletide celebration, the Indianapolis Children's Choir, and Clayton Anderson. Go to downtownindy.org/holidays.
Matt Bear, what's up?
Yeah, Hammer, looking at westbound 74 if you're going home to Brownsburg. This is a crash at Raceway Road, blocking the right shoulder, causing stop-and-go traffic for about a mile. Westbound 70 jams Emerson Avenue to the north split, and then southbound 65-70 jam because of construction. North split down to Washington Street. Inbound 65 stopped before MLK. Northeast side, eastbound 465 stop-and-go traffic from Meridian Street over to Allisonville Road. East side southbound 465 delayed 19 minutes from 70 to 74. Traffic sponsored by Mattress Firm. Score huge deals and better sleep at Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Their sleep experts will find the perfect bed for your unique needs. Mattress Firm, they make sleep easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Again, just a beautiful night if you're heading out tonight. Date night, going out for plans, high school football. 62 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center, and it's Beer Sample Friday.
Right now,
Hammer and Nigel present
Beer Sample
Fry.
I got some beers. Let's drink them, huh?
Beers on sale, people. Come down, get you some.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. The best place to get that Tempur-Pedic mattress or whatever you're looking for. Spencer and the gang always taking care of us. Take care of those guys down at Thompson Furniture and Mattress. So, one, we did hit the appropriate amount of thumbs up to warrant some screen time for Allison. So, if you're on the YouTube chat, jump over, watch the cameras. I'm going to bring the first lady of the Hammer and Nigel show up here, the lovely producer, Allison. And number two, Guy, this beer I bought today because it sounds like you. It's called Soul Ride.
Now we're talking.
You're a dude that likes to get on the Harley once in a while.
I've been a biker as long as I've been a lawyer, so absolutely. That's a big part of my life.
This is Soul Ride from Fountain Square Brewing Company. And how about that alcohol per volume there, Guy?
Bro, it's 6.8% APV.
Yeah, it is.
This has got a little top spin on it.
All right, so on the count of three, Allison, you two, we're going to crack these bad boys. 1, 2, Allison.
That was her. That was Guy.
3. Cheers to the weekend, everybody. Let's try these bad boys out. Oh, that's good.
You know,
that is a good beverage.
That actually is good. It's an India Pale Ale, and you know what? With a meal, I'd be all over this.
Oh, this is pretty good. I'm going to have another drink
That's
of that.
Pretty darn good. No, I agree with you.
Fountain
That's pretty
Square
darn
Brewing
good.
Company Soul Ride in honor of Guy Relford riding through the neighborhood on his Harley.
Now we're talking.
All right, so we got a little montage of country music beer songs here. This is from our friends at There I Ruined It. We're going to ride this out. Go ahead and play it, Allison. The weekend is here. Weekend is underway in Indianapolis. We got one more hour to go. Come on back. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
We know that around the holidays, things don't always go as planned. That's why Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. So make memories this season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Over 2,000 to choose from. And buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. It includes a 128-point vehicle inspection, plus a free Carfax history report. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. No matter where your plans take you, spread cheer all season long, knowing Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
It's that time of year again when the leaves turn, the days get shorter, and you hear a lot about Medicare open enrollment. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all the options, you're not alone. Original Medicare, Advantage plans, Part D, Medigap, it's a lot to sort through. And making the wrong choice can cost you more than just your financial confidence. That's where Howard Bailey Financial comes in. At Howard Bailey, we don't just help you pick a Medicare plan. We help you make a more confident choice with your full financial picture in mind. Our team has licensed Medicare professionals backed by experienced financial advisors, all working together to help you retire with purpose. Get started by texting CARE to 888-494-5004 to speak with the Howard Bailey team and start your Medicare conversation today. At Howard Bailey Financial, we make Medicare simple so you can focus on enjoying the season, not stressing about it. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. See disclosures at howardbailey.com.
What's Jeff Saturday?